Welcome, travelers, patrons, adventurers of all sorts, or just viewers. Welcome back to the Othmerweizen Tavern. Sorry if you've been frantically checking YouTube to see where our next video is coming up, because I know all you do. We've been on hiatus for the last 2 weeks, and there's birds calling. I love it. Life in general just kind of gets in the way. But we're back, ready to continue this adventure of this homebrewed world of Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition in the world we like to call Calgernia. So welcome back.
Welcome.
Yeah, you know what? Sorry we're running a little late. Some technical issues. Unfortunately for the next little... Well, all depends who you're talking to here again. But unfortunately we've lost Garret for a little bit. He plays Zukk, the lovable, friendly, non-fighting gnome. But no, he's been good. He's just going to be gone for a little bit. But we have Rich here to step in, not as his replacement, but to also join this party. As well, maybe in the since it is summertime here in Northern Ontario. Also go Raptors. Might have a few more guests coming in more frequently. Don't worry, guys. I'll let you know when it's happening, so it fits story-wise. So yeah, there might be some drop-ins and everything like that. I know we talked about it, but this time, yeah, we're getting into the story here, so I have more opportunities to introduce some characters that we can see maybe from time to time. And on that note, I will be using Sirenscape. On that note, we'll be using Sirenscape for the foreseeable future. Great little audio program for tabletop gaming. And now, one more thing. This is a viewer's discretion is advised. There are some mature themes and languages and just shenanigans that go through. So, a lot of shenanigans.
No.
No. All depends if Rakell and Kaine get a bottle of booze or something. Then the episode's kind of gone. Nice sweater, might I say there, Ben. That's
matching Sean now.
Love it. And you know what? My blue one was sitting there, but it just stunk, so I didn't bring it.
Just way too late for the party.
I know you brought this party, man. That's awesome. That's good. But now, enough dicking around. We are in episode 21, 22?
Get him out of the way.
22.
22.
Awesome.
Oh
hey, I can't believe it.
No.
We're still on the air. So yes, live on Tuesday nights, 7:30 to 10ish or so, or sometimes depending on where we are in the story. And then on the following weekend, it'll be up on YouTube. And now, nobody I really want to say hi to, except for all you people watching. Hi.
Yeah. Hey guys.
Hi.
Cool. Without further ado, let's get into this.
Yes.
Your tale being told in the Othmerweizen Tavern.
I'm actually nervous.
So my man, it's been 2 weeks. I might be rusty, so...
What?
I'm nervous too. Yeah, he's nervous because you guys might be going to someone's hometown.
That's
so.
true too.
Is that why you're nervous, or are you just nervous to roll some dice?
The only one I'm nervous for is Zukk.
Yeah, Zukk, who's not here to defend himself, but I don't usually like playing my players' characters, so I usually just have them fade in the back and occasional little dialogue. But I've discussed stuff with Garret. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, but what he wants.
Garret, I forgot what your movement speed is, but you have to outrun these guys because it sounds like you're getting sold.
Oh, he ain't outrunning me.
I'm pretty sure it's 25.
Yeah, he's got stubby little legs.
I can outrun him backwards.
But, all right, so let's bring it all in. Hope all your drinks and munchies are filled. Let's get into tonight's episode. So, what I'm going to ask, I'll just do it. When we last left off our adventures, we'll go back just a little bit because it has been quite a while. The city where they were trained and schooled on how to be adventuring folk has fallen. The city of Aberth has met its fate against the Iron Reach. However, our adventurers were not there when it happened, but they do possess a special care package that seems to be important to the Iron Reach. Then they, did some family reunion with Kaine's family, fixed all that up, went to the Open Palm Monastery, did some things there, returned an artifact there, went into the mountain range of the Stone Giant's Path.
Just start fucking shit up.
Yes, you did. You found every wildlife you could and just made sure they would never forget you guys.
Punched everything you saw.
Rakell and the dirties.
You guys did make a friend of a new a renegade or a defect from the Iron Reach by the name of Tango. He helped you guys out a little bit as you guys helped him out traveling through the path. You guys came across the orc camp of the Crimson Maw, where you guys have also met the Aryan. Nope. Almost let that slip. No affiliation whatsoever with that. Don't freak that. I know. I've been saying it in my brain, like, never say it that way. Never say it that way, just because no respect for the Avian Brotherhood. Anyways, we'll just live the Aarakocra Brotherhood. They befriended them. You guys all made a deal with them. If they could, you guys could release their elders. They'd come down and help, and maybe give you guys a shortcut to the city of Rothschild. You guys did. You guys did have to fight in a kind of a disposable pit that the Crimson Maw had underneath their campsite, where it
was a garbage pit.
Yeah, it was a garbage pit, and they threw a Ramiro down there, who is a new traveler that they have
I got covered in crap.
Are we the crap?
When I fell, I splashed in the crap pile.
Don't worry, Ramiro. These pants used to be white once upon a time.
That's disgusting.
Now they're like
after
brown, red.
Struggling battle of a back and forth of near misses and close calls, they were able to finally dispatch the Rocktopus or the Roper.
Juice because it was pretty slippery.
It was.
Yeah. Zukk felt that juice too.
They were able to free the elders. The elders did summon a wind demon / wind elemental to help cover their retreat.
Good guys.
As Tango was sent off by himself with a horn to cause a distraction while all this happened. As you guys made your way back to the Avian Brotherhood's their home base for now, where this portal is that they'll take you through. Before calling in a night, Graff did, Zukk, I think, used the spyglass first.
He didn't see anything.
It didn't see nothing, and then someone rolled just enough that they caught sight of Tango in his full armored gear, picking up a weapon that he may have placed some time ago.
Piece of shit.
And then with that, you guys were given meals, told to rest up for the evening, and whenever you'd like to depart, you can head
we had
to
a vision
Rothschild.
before we went to bed, though, of Lady Gracie.
Oh,
You did.
Yeah.
You did. Did you?
Yeah.
Did you? Yes.
Didn't we? Or was that before we went on?
So long ago.
It was before, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It is before.
I think so.
Because it even threw me for a loop.
Gotcha.
I was like, you did. I was like,
Good I was testing you.
sorry, viewers. I tend not to watch our streams because it feels weird. But yes, no, you had the vision of Gracie while you guys camped out the one night where
Before we went.
your medallion or her pendant that she gave you started glowing, as well as everyone started feeling sleepy. Another thing to keep note of, Graff, is that you once did believe that your Fey heritage would protect you from sleep spells, but it seems like you may have been misled, or you don't understand that heritage as much. Even though you guys know that elves are very rare in this this continent or world, from you've known since kids. But anyways,
Just these pointy ears don't do anything.
but you still, you got him. You still got pointy ears.
I do,
Yeah.
He does
Not
have a little point.
Very, very slight.
I guess I have not looked at you very much.
He's usually wearing a helmet.
You guys have only been looking forward, and I love it. That's right.
You're just non-judgmental.
No, I'm
So-
just very open.
Yeah.
I don't see race.
I'm also in a wheelchair.
Except for gnomes.
Oh my god.
So yes, Zeed and several of the other Aarakocra have said that you guys have the night to yourselves to rest and relax. Whenever you want to go and wherever you need to go, that they can maybe point you in the right direction through this portal. You guys have the night to yourselves to discuss what you'd like to do and do whatever, or we can just jump right into the morning.
That was great timing, Ramiro.
Oh, thanks. I try to pride myself on when I get thrown into pits. I've got 100% success rate.
How many times have you been thrown in a pit?
1.
Wow.
So it's unbeatable right now.
That's impressive.
But thank you. You guys are a formidable bunch of. I don't know what you guys
So
are.
what exactly are your talents? Summon weird things out of nothing?
I'm a soldier by trade. With some extra spice.
I can't remember. What are you wearing?
I'm wearing like half plate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So,
I think it's half.
Makes sense.
Like it's a medium armor.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, you know what? After fighting you guys, and I don't mind telling you, I'm on a mission. Obviously, you guys have told me you're from the Quiver. You know what happened to Aberith.
What?
Well, I'm from a group that the Iron Reach are trying to destroy.
Why?
Well, because they're magic users.
Oh.
That's their thing.
Well, you made it sound like they're specifically trying to hunt you guys first. That's what you made it sound like. You guys were like some deadlier version of magic users.
Well, I'm not, but I'm just a foot soldier. These other people send me on missions. I don't know.
And who are these other people?
I can't. I'm afraid I can't tell you. Just know that they have the best interest of the continent in mind, and the Iron Reach is their sworn enemy.
So, where you hail from?
Here and there. We just met, man. Come on.
Ask me where I'm from.
Where? I don't care where you're from. Where are you from? Humor me.
Aislinn.
Oh.
Well, as much fun as this is, I'm going to go see if I can take those tents off the cart, since we still got them on there.
No.
Might need them. No, we didn't.
Your cart is no longer there.
Yeah, cart's gone.
I thought just the wheels were off of it.
Yeah, sorry, the wheels are off of it. The cart itself is still there.
Yeah, we had tents and stuff set up on it. So
that is correct. You did
get the tents.
You'd have to scale back down the mountain during nightfall. You'd like to go down.
Oh, it's nightfall.
It is. It is the night. You guys, when you just
what?
disbanded the Crimson Maw
We'll do it
or
tomorrow.
caused chaos, you retreated back into the caves of the Aarakocra. You guys are in your own little kind of sectioned off place, and it's just natural formation cave. There is some holes in the roof for fire, for a chimney and whatnot.
Okay.
Can we arrange for them because they can fly to go get get your stuff?
It'd be no problem in the morning for me to run down and grab it, so I can just walk down.
Not Zed, but one of the colorful Aarakocra, he the colorful one, the younger one, he could say he can go down and grab your tents and supplies and stuff.
All right.
I brought my wrong notebook.
That's for me.
Where's my cask?
Cask?
Yeah. Back of the cave, kind
It's
of?
back down there. They can bring it up for
I
you.
thought they brought it up already. Maybe?
You're right.
Yeah.
No, I think
Yeah.
you're lying to me. But we'll say for the sake of time and whatsoever.
No, the cask
that-
was missing when we got back, and I thought Zeke said he brought it up.
Zeke. That's the other one.
Yes.
Zed, yeah.
Zed.
Zeke and Zed.
Zed, yeah.
Those are the two guys. So anyways, we'll say for the time's sake, and for me just not wanting to go through everything real quick. Sorry, redaction if you guys are watching the earlier episodes. There is a little time jump here.
Rakell always knows where his cask
The
is.
Aarakocras that stayed back have brought all your belongings up. They will tell you, however, to go through the portal with the wagon is not feasible.
I'm gonna head over to my cask,
Okay.
fill up my gourd,
Okay.
and just pop a seat down and just have a drink. And I'm actually going to unscrew the bottom of the gourd
Okay.
for the first time in like days.
Forever. All right. There it is. The vial of ink and the several sets of different pins or needles.
I'm just gonna check it out. Perception there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Investigation.
Investigation.
I'll even give you a history too if you want this.
Well, it doesn't matter. They're both
But-
minus
Cal,
one.
do you need a hand with that?
I roll an 18 minus 1, 17.
18 minus 1. Yes, this your player, you already know exactly what this is, but as your character, you've remembered seeing several monks in the monastery who had several different art done on their body as tattoos. Some of these tattoos actually granted the user's power, if done correctly, of different animals or the different designs that is drawn onto the body. You know it's not wise just for anybody to go ahead and start doing it. You would need to find an arcane artist who would be able to make sure the enchantment holds and the ink doesn't. There's a lot of wrong things that could happen.
We used to use those in the army to people that were asleep.
Yes.
Just gonna tighten it back up as I
But
say.
yes, it is very expensive. And the liquid itself, whether even traveling with Zukk, the fact that you didn't pick it up with detect magic, you might think that the gourd itself has some type of protection.
Hey, well, I'm gonna.
I know arcane magic designs.
I don't believe you.
This is the time you don't believe me?
I've never seen you delved in arcane magic.
Well, you don't know until you let me try.
Well, how much ink do you have? You can get a couple of tats.
Yes, you have just enough ink that could probably do one kind of silhouette animal or some kind of silhouette design. Not a big one, just a smaller one.
Just gonna tighten it back up.
Spirit orb on your chest. You can make a necklace of spirit orbs. Around your chest.
Are you saying you'd give me a pearl necklace?
This is all really important.
Yes. Matter of fact, yes.
Let's maybe we should talk about what we're doing tomorrow,
Going to Rothschild.
and then
Well,
once how do we know where we're gonna show up? Like, where are we gonna go
We
first?
don't.
The
We'll have to
Aircrocus
figure that
said that
when we
you'd
get there.
probably be on the mountain range facing Rothschild, up
Okay.
in there somewhere.
Okay.
There's a close by portal, not really well maintained, but it's still functional as far as they know. It's still functional.
About like a day's travel to Rothschild?
From where you guys currently are,
Or from when we come out?
Teleport.
where you guys would come out, you'd probably could get there within the day.
Okay.
You'd know that, or sorry, they'd inform you that it's just about a half day's travel from this place, and actually once you it is in the mountain range somewhere. Once you get out, you can probably see Rothschild from the mountain range coming down.
And when we're there, make sure to let's try and keep a lower profile. I know you guys like to go out drinking and stuff like that, but this isn't a place you want to do that in. And keep an eye on your belongings. That could disappear real quick. You got a lot of pockets.
Why are we going to this place again?
I noticed Graff talking to them this way. Have they never been to a city?
Not a city like this, I don't think.
I'm just,
Have you been to Rothschild?
not to Rothschild. But I've
That's
been
good.
to cities before, and your friend speaks truly. You should watch your coin purse.
This is. You'd all know that Rothschild is, or at one point, was a very metropolitan city, like a metropolis. With history being not so fortunate to it, it has had its ups and downs. More occasionally a down for this place, but things are on the rise.
It's kind of like Detroit.
OCP. Dead or alive, you're no, sorry.
So where is Zukk right now? Technically, sleeping in the
Zukk
camp.
is sleeping around you guys. No, Zuck's going out on the little pass, and he's looking for like any little weeds or anything. You even see him like, curious as he's looking at the booze you guys were fed earlier, because there is like little meat in it and little byproducts. So you see him kind
Yeah,
of
he
like,
said he was going to collect.
yeah, he's just
Where-
looking around collecting,
He had-
always looking over
Where
his
did he
shoulder.
put
to,
all
like,
those gems that he stole or that he took from the Rocktopus?
He
Are they in his bag of holding?
No,
No,
he
can't
wouldn't be able to
put-
put those
yeah.
in the bag. It only has to be organic material that can go in there. Because if you put anything else in there, it just kind of gone. He would have been, knowing he's the smaller one and he's usually out of battle, he would have probably given them all to Graff because he trusts them. Yeah. But you guys would all know that he gave most of the belongings over to Graff, all the money
The
shit.
gems, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, well, I'm just gonna meditate and
Okay.
beside my cask and
Okay.
Jane, this bolt, I'm taking the bolt out that I was shot with.
Yes.
Might just take a look at it. Maybe just anything weird or off about it, just kind of log it in your memory, just so we can.
Okay.
just
She
for reference.
logs in the. She does comment that it is a very well crafted bolt, even just for being a simple bolt. The smoothness of the stem that comes from the arrowhead or the spear at the top of it is like immaculate. Some time and effort has gone into crafting this, and the crafter itself has even left its mark on it. She's unfortunately does not know who the marking is because she's never met that person or thing. But yes, it has a familiarity to you looking at the symbol for sure.
Oh, thanks, Jane.
No problem, Graff. Sleep tight.
Yeah.
Your stress levels have decreased quite immensely since you've been here.
Well, that octopus sure raised them, that's for sure.
I agree.
I'm just gonna walk off and go lay down somewhere.
You have business in Rothschild then.
I do. I have to see a man about a boat.
Oh. So we'll be parting ways then.
Well, I'm not sure where you guys are headed after Rothschild, but seeing the way you fight, I might need your help.
You hiring us?
Well, what are your plans after Rothschild?
Well, much like you can't delve where you came from or who you're protecting. There's some stuff that we can't share with you quite yet.
Okay.
My eyes pop open, and I just...
No.
We're looking for someone to hide a device that we have that we think the Iron Reach is looking for.
I just go over and kick him right, like really hard.
I catch his
Shut
leg. I catch his
up!
leg.
Yeah, he's pretty. Yeah. Just roll a.
Bring it.
Just roll a normal attack roll.
16.
20. Not that.
You like go to kick him, and for once, like as playful as you're meaning it, but with a little bit of angst. Rakell's he's kind of on point these days. Like he catches it.
As he catches me, I like kind of knew he was gonna catch me, so I fall into him, like on top of him.
Okay.
I let him do it.
All right. You see these two having a commence, even though Rakell has just like
Yeah, you just
said some
told me
pretty
about,
mind dropping.
Oh my god! So I'm looking over my shoulder to see if anybody
Why
ever heard
do
what
you
you
always
said.
do this for Cal?
You just see the little gnomes kind of walking around, lifting over rocks, trying to find anything. He like gets all excited.
Hey, Zukk, you might want to get some rest. We're gonna have a busy day tomorrow.
I know. I'm just excited.
You had a rough battle.
Just
He
excited.
did. I was asking.
I
know, guys. That was just crazy.
I kind of wait for these two to calm down a little bit and say, "Keep your voices down. What did you find that the Iron Reach wants?"
Oh, we didn't find anything. We were given it.
It's enough. This is where the conversation ends right now.
Listen,
Hey,
if whatever you have helps fight against the Iron Reach, I'm the right person to talk about it. I will let you know who I work for.
then feel free to let your gums do some flapping.
I'm looking for a league of mages that are fighting the Iron Reach, and they're looking for any advantage they can get. Any advantage whatsoever. I'm going to find right now a wizard named Malik. I have to bring him back to fight against the Iron Reach to get them off of this continent. If what you have is what you say, if it's
isn't
that
Malik who
important-
Tango was looking for?
Tango?
No.
Tango was looking for Malik?
Yeah.
And I sort of rear back.
I believe
what did he
said
say he wanted with him?
I believe he
Something
said he
about
was looking for
death
Malik before I
or-
shoved some food in his mouth.
It's kind of That's kind of oh no.
And I say, and now he's disappeared.
So if you're looking
Yeah.
for this Malik guy, perhaps we should rest up and get an early start in the morning.
What order
We
are
need
these
to find
wizards?
Malik before.
What order are these wizards from? Or mages?
I'm a soldier. I don't know. I know that I'm sworn to fight the Iron Reach. That's what I know. But if what you say, if what you have can fight the Iron Reach, you have to keep it a secret. There are ears everywhere.
You don't say.
So maybe
Try.
This is
Go
no-
ahead. Give it a whirl.
This is no weapon, I don't believe.
Do you know what it is?
Oh, not a clue. Graff's the one who takes care of all that.
This is
Where is
this
this device now?
This is for the best. It's best that you don't know about it and he doesn't know what it is. And
Because you're not there with him.
I've left,
Yeah,
yeah.
you
Yeah,
found
Graff's
it.
left.
Okay, sorry. That's why I just didn't want to just clarify.
So okay.
I'm
so
just here to protect it. Graff's the one who handles all the finer details.
Okay. Okay, I respect what you're saying. I think we should get some sleep.
Then just go back into a meditating.
I think some answers will come out in Rothschild.
Touche, sir.
And if we're both aligned on the same path, things will work out.
No, fair enough.
In due time, I'll explain, or Graff will explain.
All right. Well, we'll speak again. For now, I think we should get some sleep.
Yeah, I go over and look at
You're already cuddling.
Rakell.
Kyle's in a meditative state.
Yeah.
Just fucking elbow him right to the face.
No flinch. Just take it.
Okay.
Now,
Then I tickle his sides.
I'll tell you to write down 1 point of damage, but you're gonna rest so you get it back anyways.
So we're going to sleep now?
Yeah.
Now, remember the last game I said I had used some ravens to send missives back? I go back there to send another message.
Okay.
Oh my God, Rakell, what have you done?
Touche.
This dude wanted to kill Tango. I like him.
What? No. Tango wanted to kill him.
No, Ramiro wanted to kill Tango too.
I certainly
Yeah,
didn't
that's
trust
true,
him.
yeah. True.
Especially when he put his helmet on.
Yes, if you do recall, as soon as Ramiro noticed that
Yeah.
Tango put on the helmet, he is familiar with what they look like. So
I believe you gripped your glaive.
Zukk, I want to talk to Zukk
A little tighter.
before I.
what is it, Kaine?
Chipper tonight, you have a lot of energy.
Look at what I found!
What is that?
It's like literally just leaves. It looks like nothing, foliage. But he's excited. He's like keeps looking back in his book. He's happy.
Under my breath,
You see him like using them as bookmarks.
I like as he's going to put them in, I go. I just kind of.
Slash him.
I was just wondering, have you had any luck making poisons that I can apply to weapons?
You know what? We haven't really had time to sit down and do that stuff.
Well, maybe
So-
stop scurrying around and one thing at a time.
I need supplies in order to make this shit.
I
It's
thought we
not
went up-
easy.
When we went into that bear cave, I thought we took that.
We did.
Is that not like a poisonous?
I have to work on it.
Oh.
As soon as we get to Rothschild, I can like go to my old shop or my family shop. If
Do
my
you-
dad and mom are around, hopefully they are around. If not,
Do you?
but anyways, I'll just work on it there. As soon as we get some time in a steady place and I get alchemy shit, yo man, it's gonna be off the hook.
Do you know any slavers?
Sorry, Kate,
In
that's the best I
Rothschild?
got.
That's pretty.
Slavers?
That's pretty convincing.
Yeah, yeah, a couple of them.
Who was the name that Zukk got really nervous about? The docks?
Oh yeah.
Oh, Francois.
Francois.
Francois
Were we there?
Jean-Guy.
Francois Jean-Guy?
Francois Jean-Guy.
Francois.
Francois Jean-Guy. Yeah. You know
You're
what?
sleeping.
I thought
I'm just asking.
I thought we were good friends at one point, but he's. I don't think he can be trusted. But I know him, and I'll work something out with him, and maybe he can help us find some people.
Do you remember? Aside from the slavers, we'll
Yeah.
we'll backpedal that after.
Actually, yo, shit. I just remembered too. Yeah. I don't even think Graff knows this. I'm an asshole. I didn't even tell my best friend. There's actually a new group.
Boy
That's,
band?
no.
Oh.
But they moved into Rothschild, and actually, just as I was leaving, I thought they were nothing, but then I heard some shit about them, and then they, all of a sudden they're blowing up in popularity. But the Leatherheads, they're a bunch of slavers.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Good to know.
Why?
Good to know. No reason.
But I know, yeah, they were just starting out, and then just as I was leaving, I heard some crazy shit
Do you
about
remember
them.
that one guy that we're Rothschild? We were gonna go meet up with to ask about the vault. I can't remember his name.
Yeah. Well, ask Jane. Jane has it all, doesn't she? Oh, but wait, no. It was. Hold on a second. Goes back in his book and he sees all his leaves falling all over the place. Yo, yeah. A Shogurt.
Shogurt?
Shogurt.
Shogurt.
Yeah. It was either Shogurt, or if we go to Talur, we go find Jube Jube.
These code names?
I don't know. Dude, we were at the same place and we heard the same thing. I just wrote it down. You didn't.
Sorry. What have you been working on lately?
Well, not much because you keep distracting me. I just
Fine,
wanted to make
okay,
some fucking
okay.
shit.
Sorry, Zach.
Remember who healed
What
you?
did you say?
in
The
the battle?
Leatherheads?
Leatherheads, yeah.
Okay,
they're a
thank
bad
you.
group.
Bad group.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're like one of the bigger guys that were newer guys that have just moved into the city.
And they like slaving.
Yeah, they're real bad slavers. Like, I could tell you about the gangs that used to like beat up on me and Graff, but I don't want to do that without him here.
I just like, as he's talking, I just like slowly like perch down on the ground.
Like there's the abode loners. There were a group of mean kids who used to kick the shit out of me, but I'm going to make a poison and poison Kaine. Not
Sugar.
yet, though. We'll wait.
Sugar and Juju.
That's gotta be code.
Talar. Yeah.
I don't know. That's fucking nuts.
Shogurt is in Rothschild.
That's actually
That's
the
who you're
name?
going to find. Yeah, Shogurt. I've wrote this down for you. I've sent you this message.
Yeah.
And Jube is in Talur.
Okay.
I thought it was the other way around, but
No, Jube's in Talir.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
I double
I
checked.
was totally gonna be like,
I
we
did
gotta
my
find
homework.
Jube.
Yeah. Oh, let's go find. You're on the wrong side of the coast, my friend. You
Rothschild?
If you found him there, that would be impressive.
Yeah, I'm just on
All right,
vacation.
so Zukk goes about doing his business, toodly-dee, toodly-dum, and trying to find some shit. And then he calls it a night, too, as all you guys reside for the evening.
Yeah.
All right. You awaken in the morning. Not really. A more cooler breeze has come in. The air is very fresh in this place since you are so high up. The cave itself is quite dry, but you can see some of the Avian Brotherhood walking around. It looks like the elders have returned, the ones that were freed. You can see them kind of, two of them wearing not their leatherment garbs, but you can see them wearing now more or less a robe of whites and like goes down into even more feathers. That is not... Man, now that I think about it, that's kind of weird. But anyways, yes, they have feather like robes that are just like are sleeveless and backless, so they can have this, but they just kind of drape around like a shawl almost, going down. And the one elder who you freed actually comes up to you guys and is like, "Whenever you're ready, we will get the tunnels activated. But do no rush. Take your time. Is the destination still the Rothschild?"
Yes, I believe so.
Excellent. When you are ready, follow down the path. Lead deeper into the mountains, and we will
Did you
start
kill
the ceremony.
The big red guy
Did we what?
at the camp.
We did not kill them all, but we definitely set them back quite some time and made sure they would know that we are in the area and now reinforced.
Is there anywhere in Rothschild we can find more Aarakocra in case we need to move quickly somewhere else? Or somewhere nearby?
These whistles work.
Roll a persuasion check, actually. Even though, with advantage, because you guys have helped these guys out and you've freed them.
Natural 1.
Natural 1. You insult me, but not talking in the proper language. But I kid. No, unfortunately, there is an Aarakocra there. We will inform them of your arrival, but they will keep a safe distance to keep up their persona in Rothschild. It is as a dangerous place these days.
Will they heed the call of the whistle that you have supplied us?
They will hear it. Whether they heed for it, I will not know. But that whistle, I cannot guarantee it will bring you safety out in the open or in the higher peaks of the mountains of Kesdet. But it is worth a try. If it is your darkest hour, we will try to come.
Well, we appreciate your hospitality.
And if you don't mind, we will tell our other brotherhoods of you to make sure that we will always help for the deeds that you've done for us. Is there a name that we should refer to them? Or just give them your descriptions and singular names?
Just
Go ahead, Rakell.
no.
I'm still sleeping.
Oh, you're still
I haven't
asleep?
woke up yet.
No. We'll call ourselves the Sheath.
The Sheath.
Sure.
I pop up.
Is that nice, right? Yeah.
I like it.
You guys don't want
I was
to...
thinking
That's
about
awesome, right there. I've been waiting for that.
I was
Sorry.
thinking about the quiver, and that's like, well, we're not the
Sheath.
quiver anymore. Now we're the Sheath.
Dude.
Raquel
There it
and the
is.
sheep.
Sort of almost like a stone.
God, you're
Love it. Love it. All right. Well, let it be known that the Aarakocra will come to the help of the Sheath when needed and if we are available.
Much appreciated. I give him a human bow.
He responds, but with a kind of going back and bows, and the wings even fold up a bit and then curve in underneath it. And it's a very you do get a sense of honor from these creatures, and like word is bond with these guys. They much respect in the bow that he's given you, especially from an elder.
I would love to stay in chat, but we really must be getting to Rothschild.
Bandit, we will begin the necessary procedure to open the gate. With a little humor I have, hope you are not afraid of heights.
Like we're beyond that at this point.
Yeah.
They have, without going through your stuff, has kind of tightly packed up your tents into a more of a other tarp inside, and they have been bound with rope very tight.
Oh, cool.
So no loose objects will go anywhere.
Just a big parachute.
As well as you notice on your cask, they have more of a cushioned like pillow kind of covering it and wrapped around.
So gentle.
Just in case if one does lose the air highway, we will make sure that no damages come to it and catch it when we can.
Check my cloak and make sure it's nice and tight.
Yes, please do. Make sure all your possessions are fastened tight. This is going to be a very windy ride.
I'll take some of my rope and fashion the device even tighter to me.
I take special notice at the device on your back, but I don't
And I
ask
hit
any
him.
questions.
I hit him with my gourd. Morning drink?
But you can't. It's actually just.
No, thank you.
It's actually just like a bundle of warm pelts.
Roll, actually, because he has furs.
Oh,
Yeah.
But since you are actually actively doing something to the device, I'd like you to roll a perception check. Even though I know your passive is 19, I need a roll on this one.
Perception. I always forget where that is. 12.
Being observant. You do notice there's just bundling it up tighter, feeling it, and it's been on your back all this time, even though you've not felt the other sides in a while. It does have indentations along the side of it, like grooves and whatnot. But when you bundle it tighter, it feels like there's like almost like a half sphere on the bottom of it, very tiny, almost the size of like a dime. As a player would know like about that, but there is a little half bump on it.
Just gonna take mental note of that.
Okay.
We're all ready to go, guys. Make sure
Yes.
nothing's loose on you.
Sorry, like you just felt it and feeling around. You're not going to inspect it any further or nothing? Okay,
No,
cool.
I wouldn't
All
have
right.
done
Where's-
it. Not here.
Where's Zukk?
Don't leave without me, guys.
So close.
Hey, fuck you.
Oh, you heard me.
I like the little one.
He's got a little spunk there.
So I'll tighten up. Got all his gear ready. Double checking all his
Better
inventory.
strap down Tim. Wouldn't want him gone.
It's his first time being knocked unconscious.
And you can see the more colorful one,
changed
Eric Croker, come up to
Changed
him
him.
and like
Zeke.
give him a little tiny like square, almost cloth with little strings on it. And he like gives it over to Zukk. And Zuck's like, oh. You can see him put it on Tim, and it's like a little parachute. He's all stoked.
Should we?
Puts it back in there.
I asked the Eric
Exactly.
So overexcited
Should we
about
tie
smallest
ourselves
thing.
together or?
No, your guides will lead you through the highway.
Okay.
Or the airway, I shall say. As he's beginning to talk to you, you can guys start feeling like a wind gust, like almost like a vacuum as you're getting further down this tunnel.
Nice.
You guys haven't seen the archway yet. So yeah, as you're getting in closer, you can see three Eric Croker are all on kind of like in a almost race position, getting ready to get set, and they're bracing themselves to the ground as their wings are like flapping faster and more furiously towards just this arch that you see in the rock. At first, it just looks like a whole bunch of rock, but as you get closer with their torch lights that are there, you can see these beautiful detailed design going up this archway of like little gusts of winds, like little half arches, making it look like a geyser exploding of wind, and it kind of arches all the way around this. And as they're focusing the wind with this wall behind the archway, the wind itself goes into the archway, and for a moment, nothing really is happening, and just see some dust going in. But the more you're standing there, you start to see the wind itself start bellowing inside and making all these different swirls and spirals. There's almost even a glow of blue coming on the other end of this archway. And it's now starting to, the wind is starting to pick up quite a bit in this area, but you can feel your
Is it
clothing.
getting really loud too?
A little bit.
So we're just. And we're supposed to go in that.
Not yet, Raph! When I say the word, we will venture in!
How steep is it?
You're kind of on a slope, and then it kind of flattens out. The roof itself is a natural cave system or cavern, about 8-10 feet tall. The archway looks about 10 feet wide.
I'm gonna try to just stick my foot a little bit, see if I can trip Rakell.
Okay, as you're coming down the slope, the elder is in front of you, and he's kind of walking and like talking to you guys, yelling as it's getting louder in this area. But this is what you see on the slope as you come into now the main chamber. If you want to make a dex save,
I'm
I'm just gonna do a tumble and then just get back up on my feet. Just
do an acrobatics check.
Oh, so close. 10.
And you give him a little something. He's like, "Yeah, I almost got you." And he's like, and he's like now ahead of you beside the elder. The elder's like, "Yes, this is going to be intense, crap."
Off my cord. Drink.
Oh,
A good drink.
And he calls as the wind is getting intense, and it's like you are in a wind chamber now, and it is just more and more intense. There's drinks being passed around as he's trying to pour. The wind's like the liquid's starting to suck away as your gourd's emptying.
I'm like holding it downwind.
A couple of
Splashing up your nose.
Yeah.
I'm just behind you catching the
splashing
droplets.
around
Like,
you.
don't waste
There's
any.
a drunken mess. Graff, the elder, kind of like looks over at you. You might want to watch them. They might vomit on the way through the airway.
Yeah, throw it in.
Make sure
The wind
Gone.
catches it.
The gourd is gone.
I run in it.
Not yet. And like in an instant, Rakell just running for it, and like as you're taking your last few steps, your legs just leave the ground as you like last look behind them, and you're gone. The rest of you all standing there. It looks like what?
Ramiro's
Your neck sucked!
You feel like a little tug at you, like Zuck's looking up at you, like, shit. Here we go again. I guess.
I follow after.
Okay, it's now time to. And as he says that, you just run in. Gone. I want you both to make dexterity saves.
22.
13.
Okay. So you're standing there still, this wind chamber is going nuts, crazy.
Grass.
And then the elder is like, now it is your turn to go.
Right.
Who wants to go next?
I'll go.
After
Okay.
you.
Graff goes through. Real quick, just as you're getting to the gateway, you feel a vibration coming from your backpack or the device from behind you. It's like starts pulsing quickly, and then it kind of just as you step through it, just dulls out.
Would it have released enough arcanic energy for me to notice?
What, you just have a constant?
No. It was just
Just roll an arcane check
Yeah.
for me,
I just want to.
just to see if it picks up your spidey senses.
No, I don't.
Natural one.
It's a 10. But
A 10? You get a little, and then it's, you don't know if the differentiate between if it's the portal or
I
if
guess
it's
the
what
whole
Graff just went
place
through.
is probably
It is. There is some magic to this.
Maybe my armor?
So yeah, you went through, and then Zuck's like, ah! And then Ramiro through.
Yep.
There.
I'm going to try and hero pose on the other side.
Oh,
Iron
shit.
Man when you come out?
3-point landing.
Do
Is this
a.
when your jet like?
I do a acrobatics check to catch your balance through.
So cool.
Acrobatics? That's 21.
21.
Oh.
You guys, as you guys like get pulled through, feel the wind kind of grab you and pull you through. And as you're going through the portal, you see a beautiful sky and just clouds everywhere. And you're like, "Whoa, cool!" And then you're through on the other side. You are on a floating like slate earth mount. That's just a giant rock floating. No walls, no ground below you. Where you guys stopped is literally on the edge of this rock. Like, little pebbles fall off as you like look around. There is clouds and tornadoes, and actually, from where you come in facing,
Wait.
it's way off north from you. Like, and I mean, there's like
Gourd?
this is the gourd itself. As you like land before I get into any more details, because I know Rakell wants to know where it is.
Absolutely.
He's like, and then as Ramiro comes stepping through the portal, you can see the gourd just sitting there perfectly,
And pick it
right
up.
on the outside.
I knew it'd be okay.
Lucky.
Yeah.
any earlier, shit might have been gone.
Rakell
Anyways,
would have fucking killed
you
me.
guys are now all standing on a. Sorry, I don't want to need
Yeah, I
files.
didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's all right. I just knew what's important to you two.
That's what Rakell was looking for.
My friendship.
There is wind and thunder heard off in the distance. Like on one side you look, it is like blue skies with white clouds going through. Another side you look at it is a massive storm. At one point, you're like, oh, pretty cloud, and the cloud itself like starts turning into this large being that you guys are like a speck to. Because you just see it, and it just sounds like thunder crashing through its mouth as it like walks past you guys.
I don't think Rakell's dead anymore.
Even as you like look over the other side behind you, you can see this like dark volcanic swirl of ash just flowing and like off in the distance, like not impeding right on you, but there just looks to be every element of wind and storms happening all around you.
Would I know where we are?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
Elemental
you-
plane? Yeah.
Because you were told where you were going
Yeah,
to.
that's true, yeah.
Sorry, they weren't assholes and be like, yeah, this is going to be fine, go through. They did say you'd be traveling through the
Elemental plane.
Airplane.
Airplane.
Oh,
pretty
the
much.
airplane.
The
The
airplane.
airplane.
We're on an airplane.
The plane of air.
The plane of air, the airplane. But yes, it is one of the elemental planes that verges on the frost plane as well as the fire realm and as well as earth realm.
It's not just a clever name.
So as you guys are like, and yes, as you're looking around, like all of a sudden you're like, holy shit, and you can see these people that have like squirrel suits, pretty much like flying through with like bright red hair, and you just see them like, and like in an instant, their direction just changes. Either they meant to do it, or it's just how they're going through, and then you start through just a sense, you can see that there is wind going in different directions, and it almost looks cylinder-like tubes of just different pathways to go, as well as you can see. Like a ship off in the distance, a like large pirate ship with just sails going and just like coasting off far distance, not close to you to teleport onto, but it is off in the distance. Yeah, so it does see like this is a place in a living realm of itself. Yes, you're standing there. No one's around. There's the archway behind you that now looks to like start fizzling out, and which was kind of a rock wall behind you is now just like a single archway just sitting on this earth mount that is just floating in space, in air.
So did a guide come with us?
There's nothing here for you, just you guys all standing here. Zukk is like, whoa, and like popping caps off his potions and like trying to capture like just clouds in air. He's like, yeah, yo, this place is sick.
Well,
Dope.
now where the hell are we supposed to go? I say, looking around.
As you look around,
I try to wave down one of the people flying his bros.
Hey!
come on, dude! It just like flies by. Looked like a real quick glance of them. Looked very fayish. Had like blue paint all across their face, very blue glistening airs and blue like
The
whipped
guy,
hair.
the cowabunga dude.
Yeah.
Huh.
What
All
is
right.
this
And as
weird?
you're like, where's our guides? You start hearing a hello there, hello, hello. As you
Hello?
Looking around,
around,
for the source
and
of
you
the
can
sound.
start seeing these 4 birds start coming down your direction, like
It's a Maricopa.
a large, not large, but to a normal bird like a sparrow, something like almost like hawk size, but a little bit long, like bigger.
Okay.
And they speak perfect English, and this is where it kind of, or perfect common.
Yeah.
This is where it gets a little weird as they
Oh,
get
this
close.
is where it gets a little weird.
They, all 4 of them land, and they're like very 2 beautiful males, or 2 handsome, beautiful males, and 2 beautiful females. Kind of throws you off a bit because they're talking common to you, and you're looking at them, and they're bird, and they have the little bird feet, little bird feathers, a nice plume, and then it's just a normal human face to it.
Oh, that's weird.
Hi,
Hey, me, I am not weird.
Hi, I'm Rakell.
Oh, pleasure to meet you, Rakell. I don't know if your human mind can comprehend how you say my name, but for now, just call me Gust.
Gust.
That is correct. I am the leader, and I am apparently your guide.
What are you?
What am I?
Yeah, if you don't mind me asking.
Breathtaking.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. You're not wrong.
No, we are a very special species, and we like the elemental airplane here, the plane of air.
Right.
Okay.
I follow.
If I was to dumb it down for you, which I will because I am your guide, I am an alchemist.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Look like those things.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
But yes, very beautiful
nightmare
features
fuel.
to their face and stuff, and just very, like, almost superimposed human face on bird body with a long neck to it.
Yeah,
like,
not off-putting in the least.
We believe you have some luggage that needs to be transported through here.
No, I wouldn't call them luggage.
Like, sorry, the tents and everything and the cast
Yeah.
are all behind you.
Yeah.
Zukk is like straight up, like. Sorry, can I pet you? Of course. I'm breathtaking.
So do we ride you?
Oh no. That we don't do that here.
Okay.
We were gonna get you onto the right. There's many names for it, but we'll just call it the airway. Do not deter. Do not falter. We will lead you directly on where you need to go. Just keep your eyes on us. Keep your hands tight. Question
You said
from
you
the
were-
charming-looking man.
Thank you.
You're quite welcome.
You said that you were the leader.
I am.
The leader of. Sorry.
Of these guides.
Oh, of the guides.
Yes.
Oh.
The Avian Brotherhood has asked very nicely. Apparently you did some nice things for them. They have made a contract with us, and we are to get you there safely, without any incidents. Hopefully it won't happen again, but we will get you to where you need to go, and everything will be fine. You should be at your destination of the... I guess it is the sector of Rothschild. In Kesdet, it is the southeastern quadrant, I believe. And yes, we are good aviationists, and we shall get you. Yes, another question. I love the curiosity. This is great.
Is there a civilization in this plane?
Oh, yes,
Like a
definitely.
city?
Yes.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Guys, we should go to the city.
I'm sorry, we cannot take you there unless you have an invitation.
Can you invite us?
Oh, no, I couldn't, but you're clever. I like you, too. Rakell it is. Rakell. I will remember Rakell.
Not remember you, Gust.
Perhaps another time then, Gus.
Maybe.
What are the names of the other guides?
Oh, my other guys? You'd like it? Oh, that is Humidity. That is Nimbus. Sorry, Humidity is the female. Nimbus is the other male. And then there is Moist, which is the other male. Or sorry, the other female. So there's the three of them, yeah. Humidity, Moist, and Nimbus.
Okay.
Right. What the fuck's
I don't know, but
I know it must be strange
just
to your
get our
eyes, but
directions
we are,
and
yes, we were going to
on.
fly you through. You are going to stay within our flock, and we should be fine.
Right on.
how could this go wrong?
Oh, yes, there are some beings or creatures in this plane that don't take too kindly to, I don't want to sound mean, but foreigners or people intruding in this plane. I know, we're all
You
friendly.
were invited.
I know exactly it is, but some people do not get the memo that you've been invited.
What about the Cowabunga dudes?
Oh, the rafts, they're fine.
The rafts?
Yes.
Is that their race or what you call them?
We call them the rafts because they're riff-raffs. They cause lots of trouble, but they're harmless. They're similar to what you guys would call pixies.
Right on.
Oh, great. Well, let's get the hell out of
Pixies
here.
or quicklings. I think they actually are descendants from the quicklings. Am I right, Nimbus? Yes, I think you're right. This is good. They don't talk much because I am the social one.
One last question.
Oh, please do.
Can you lead us on our way?
Oh, clever. Okay, follow us. Get up, wings.
What the fuck?
Please stand in a single file formation.
Okay.
I put
We line
Zuck
up.
I put Zuck in front of me.
Hey,
Oh, get in the
actually,
way.
Zook's like, sweet.
Should we
He's all stoked. He's like right behind the one. He's like, you're amazing.
It's probably like under their tail feathers.
look at
like,
this.
lock
looking-
hands or something?
Wait, Tim, you're
No, if you keep in contact, if one person follies from the path, you might lose all of you. But don't worry, Nimbus, Humidity, and Moist are all going to keep you in this formation. So we have Zukk. Roll call. Who's next in line? Kaine. All right, good to know.
Okay, yeah. Oh, you know my.
I was given names.
Part of the
Fair.
contract.
Why, do you have a group name you'd like to be called?
Yes.
What is it?
The sheep.
The sheep. Nice, I like it. Sorry, did I mishear you?
No, you heard me right.
It's cool. It's cool.
Sheep or okay, sheep. Okay, cool. Who's
Sheet.
who's after this
We're gonna be
handsome
the
gentleman?
flying sheet soon.
I'll go. Graff.
Graff, excellent.
The jokes.
Who's after Graff?
Ramiro.
Ramiro. Who's after Ramiro?
I, Rakell, will cover the rear.
Rakell likes the rear. And luggage.
So many innuendos.
It's how we communicate. We are a quite friendly bunch. If we're ever back in the material plane, we'd definitely maybe sit down, talk, have drinks, eat worms, whatever.
Cool.
Maybe one of those things.
Cool. All right,
We
follow me,
love
and you see it kind of like
worms.
get it, and makes you all stand literally on the edge of this thing. And he's like looking, spreads open his wings. He's like, yeah, nope, wrong place, over here. Leads you guys over to the other side.
This is not scary at all.
Just a second. Sticks
Can you please
like
make
puts out his
sure?
claw just to make sure, like dipping your finger in or a toe into the hot tub or something. He's like, yeah, feels right. All right, follow us. And just like jumps off the edge and goes like straight down.
They could have picked a better guide.
Zook's like,
I push back.
just like, I hate you, Kaine. As he goes, and you see like in an instant, he's like almost through a tube or like a messaging tube, like.
Bye!
And you just see him like, and then the other bird-like individuals are beside you, like, let's go.
All right.
Yeah. As you guys all going, and you guys are just in a tunnel of wind, air blowing past your face, just feeling the breeze. You see a couple of rafts going. Yeah, oh yeah. It is just a wind. It is a warm wind, but it is like there's a comfort to it. You are like petrified as you look around. You can see other earth mounts floating in the airs, other buildings, establishments. You even see like a fortress floating by as you guys are zipping through.
So cool.
There is this metropolis of buildings where you guys kind of just skirting around, looking at people just kind of floating around, giants and normal common folk, all just kind of intermingling, talking to each other. Another one of them storm giant, like a giant storm is like brewing and going across as you guys are like whizzing past them in all these different directions.
Cowabunga!
Oh, Baconinhaler! Something goes through. I'd like no, don't need a roll for this. But Graff, as going through, like looking far down, there does seem to be a part where there's earth mountains all kind of floating around each other, like pieces of earth that are just floating, and there is this large spire that sits in the middle. Quick little flashes of it, like looking at it, you get a sense of familiarity. Ramiro, I'd like you to roll a perception check.
Natural 1.
Natural 1. Don't see it. You're just
Cowabunga!
swallowed a bug. Yeah, a spire, like a large tower.
Similar to what I found in Pious Woods.
No,
tower there?
not that kind of tower. This is a more well-designed, a very awesome piece of architecture. Like this is, it would remind you of something in books that you would have read of, like a wizard's tower of some sort.
Okay.
It's weird because it doesn't match kind of the coloring to what is in this realm. It looks like it is literally something that was grabbed out of the material realm and just put in this section. You're cruising through it, then your heart skips for like a second as you look kind of just on the outskirts of it, like coming into the vision of it or into this little section place. You can see about 4 or 5 Iron Reach troopers run in and then all of a sudden get pulled up into the rocks. Like you see them like marching and storming. And then this is far down. You can just make it out with your awesome observant feet. And then you kind of see where they come from, and it looks like there's almost a battalion of them sitting along the edge of this building or this spire. And there's this large flag that hangs in front of them. It is the color of white. And that's as you see as all of a sudden you like look back and you're almost about to hit dead smack into the side of a building, and all of a sudden you get pulled up again. Traveling for what seems like only a couple seconds. But time here is a little weird. And then you guys are following these bird-like creatures, and then you're just like going straight into one of these earth mounds. Not on the surface of it, not below it, but you're going right into it. Would you guys like to do anything?
Zuck's in front of me.
So it's like, holy fuck, this is awesome! Squeak, 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 squeak. Hear the Just little whiskers blowing in the end. Parachute dog. No, just kidding.
Yes.
Just kidding. Well, actually, you see it. You grab some. Holding on to little Tim in front. In an instant, you don't see Zukk. You don't see the bird person anymore. Kaine, you're out of existence. Graff, you're coming right up behind him. You go into this rock.
I was in front of Kaine, I think. Wasn't I?
No.
No, you're behind Kaine,
okay.
and then it's
push
Ramiro,
down,
then
and
Rakell, and
Sorry.
then the luggage. You guys are now in a windlass section of a cave. The roof itself is disjointed of different levels and different heights. You kind of all like look back. Your luggage just all falls down on the ground, safe. You can see that
we
the
landed?
archway. Yeah, you guys are now. It feels a familiar feel again. You're not light anymore. You feel like you are back in the material realm. As you look through an archway that is a little bit cracked by some of the debris that has fallen in. It looks like this cave has had some natural occurrences with the little bits of cave in, but there is still air. You can feel an airflow coming out ahead of you, but it is very cramped and tight as you guys are all kind of cramped into each other into this little, probably about 10 by 15 wide little place. There is a tunnel that kind of leads out in front of you, but it is around some rocks.
How is my hair?
Fabulous.
Yeah. Oh no.
Like just a perfect mane. All of you guys who have hair is just like
I had
a
a helmet
perfect
on.
helmet on.
Yeah, I had I was all suited up.
As you're like, yeah, and you go like this. There's a couple bugs on it. And,
Zukk,
oh, no, just kidding.
do you have any animal fat?
Zukk turns around, hair just like, dudes.
He's got his goggles on.
Whoa! Yo, yeah, totally, yeah. Goggles just embedded into his face. Like, he's smile from ear to ear, just stoked. You guys see that? Man, like, I got so much hair in my vials when I was traveling. Even I got some, he ate some cheese. It was awesome.
Do you have any animal fat?
Yeah, I think so.
Can I use some, please?
4. Oh, okay. Looks them through. Wait. Oh, yeah, okay. And then he kind of, jeez. He starts, like, kind of waddling through and looks like, I'm going to
I did the same
Take a
thing,
look.
except I just pour a little bit of.
shine it up. Oh, yeah, you got some stubble now.
I got some stuff.
Looks like I'm gonna kind of just starts walking a
How
bit.
dark is it?
Pretty dark.
Yeah,
Where are you going,
I'll
Zukk?
light a torch.
I can see. I'm gonna make sure it's safe up ahead.
Oh,
And maybe there's some more plants.
there could be bears.
Hey, Zukk, you might want to...
Starts coming back. Didn't think about that.
I'm gonna lift my eye patch up,
Yeah.
and I'm just gonna look down.
The path. Yeah, it looks like it kind of at one little angle of it, you can see a little bit of daylight or something shining in
Okay.
to it. So it's not far to the exit, but there is some rock, and it just makes it a little bit hard to navigate through. What you can see.
Okay. So nothing. I don't see any creatures or anything like that.
I don't know. Roll a perception check.
Well, because I can see with.
I know.
Dark. Okay.
Just
7.
7. Nothing you can't see. You see what
Okay.
you see, and you don't sense any life or anything like that.
I want to check the luggage and check everything. I got, make sure everything came through.
Yeah, as you look through, everything did come through. Some of the sheets and stuff that were tied around are ripped a little bit, but the way they compacted it in, you have all your gear, just not really a way of transporting it.
So who wants to carry what? I'm.
Well, you can put them back into backpacks if you want.
Yeah.
Cool.
We should commandeer a wagon.
Um,
If we can
Rakell,
find one.
you have your cask.
Graff?
I got this device on my back. I don't know if I can carry too much more.
And just pull it.
Okay.
I'll give you a hand pulling.
All right, you guys pull it. There are handles too that
Yeah.
can help you with it. It takes you a little bit to get through, and then you realize that you guys are on the side of a mountain face, but there is a ledge to it, and you can see a broken trail that kind of goes down. But there off in the distance, Graff, familiar to you,
A roper.
is a metropolis of many different shacks and shanties that outskirt this place, but with this large cluster of buildings that look very predominant to the middle of this place on a higher slope. Familiar to you is the place called High Rock, which is a district within the city of Rothschild.
Cow.
And on that note, we're going to take a quick break.
Zukk told me something very interesting. Slavers called the Leatherheads.
Oh.
We'll be right back.
Right back.
15 minutes. Welcome back, patrons, adventurers, and travelers. We will continue our story of the Othmerweizen Tavern, of the journey through Calgernia. Anyways, our adventurers have just been through the plane of air, traveling through the airways, or the labyrinth of winds, is what I should have been calling it. But yes, you guys are in a cave. Just kind of gone on to the outskirts of it. You are on a kind of a ledge. You do see a trail going down the mountain, and it does look like there is, from where you're standing, it looks like there is two entrances to this metropolis, the city. There's a gate further down the southeast kind of side, and where you guys are, there's a gate kind of right to the front of you that is more west-north to it. Looks like there are some roads that kind of come around the mountain path that follow along the coast that lead up to it. But just looking upon the city, it is quite larger than Aberth. You can see just the littered of rooftops of different colors and different sorts. From where you guys are standing and looking through, you can see that there seems to be some type of plateau in the middle of the city, some type of higher rock formation that there seems to be larger buildings built upon, and then there seems to be like settlements built along the outsides of it, and then down below on the bottom of this high rock, as they call it, there's just a landscape stretched of city buildings. Also, Graff, you do notice, being so observant as you are, a place that used to sit on the edge, a little bit further away from the district that you grew up in of the gutters, a place called the Sleepless Swamp. Even though you haven't been here in a while, it does throw you off a bit because it looks like the Sleepless Swamp has grown in size, and it seems to have creeped itself into the city a little bit more, on the outskirts, not into the anywhere close to the high rock.
So it's creeped into the gutters?
Yeah, it's come off the coast, and it's looks like it's just on the bordering of the gutter district now. Another thing you'd take notice too, as well, is there used to be, you remember long ago, it was never active while you were there, but there is the what was once referred to as the Waywend Mines. Mm-hmm. It looks, just the casual observing, looking over at it, it looks like it is now active. There is a lot of movement going around, and it is still within the city limits, but it is further away from most settlements. It's closer up to the north side of where you're staring now. What would you guys like to do?
You guys see that tower that was in there?
Mm-hmm.
What?
The tower we passed when we were coming through the airway.
No.
There was quite a bit of Iron Reach soldiers in there.
What?
Yeah. You guys didn't see them?
No.
I couldn't see anything. I was squinting the whole time.
Eyes were watering.
Yeah, we better be careful if we go through that again, just because we know they're in there now.
Could you see what they were doing?
Not really. They were pretty far off, but there's quite a few of them.
Interesting.
You said battalion, right?
Yeah, it looked like they're, but like no vehicles or anything like that, just the outskirts, but it looked like they were sitting back waiting, and then you saw a group of them try to run in towards the spire and then get pulled up into the air, and then you saw them kind of get blasted into the plane of air.
They were attacking something, this tower. Possibly some sort of arcane user maybe in this tower, but
What did the tower look like?
just like this large spire, and it was floating with these boulders that were kind of like floating around it. And
Would that pique my memory?
Yeah.
Okay.
We know exactly what he's talking about.
We have no way to get back in there, though,
No.
without the Aarakocra.
It would throw you off a bit that him saying this, but it does kind of make sense that the defense that they have to this tower is that they use kind of similar to what you've just traveled. So,
Do you know what this tower is?
I might, but I can't be certain. I don't want to say until I consult with some people. But it's not good.
Mm-hmm.
The Iron Reach being in there is not good.
Oh, why don't we go back?
I turn back to the arch and
I blow the avian whistle.
Makes loose a subtle caw. Wait a moment. A moment passes. You blow this inside the cave or outside? Sorry.
Outside. We're all
So-
staying outside. I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
we
Yeah,
both
yeah.
said,
Yeah.
When you're outside. You hear as Zukk is trying to blow on the archway. And then he comes back. Sorry, guys.
Did you have any success?
Nope.
Did you try your vials of air?
I'm not trying. Those are mine. It's mine, Doc. Those are mine.
I'm sure if we wanted to get back in, we can find.
Yeah, maybe the
People.
avians and Rothschild.
Yeah.
Let's do what we need to do here and
Yeah.
try and figure that out.
We might be too late as it is anyways. How is time? Does it seem like it's elapsed?
I can.
It'd be later afternoon.
I can ask Jane if you'd like.
Yeah, sure.
Jane, what's the time difference where we are? What's the time now?
The time is just before lunch hour.
Just before lunch hour.
And you guys woke up in the morning, so you guys were, even though it felt like seconds, you were there for about 4 to 5 hours.
Interesting.
Okay.
Cool.
That's good to know.
Cool.
Well,
Shall we get on our way?
Lead the way.
All right.
Jane, could you play Vincent's video again? Just this, just see if you can play it.
I can. Graff?
What do you want to know?
Just-
If she can play it?
Yes, please.
Can you play it, Jane?
I can play it if you'd like, Graff.
She
Just
can
the
play it.
First second of it.
All right.
Go ahead.
Goes back into these lasers. First time for you see, or you know you were in the cave when they showed it to the no. You
No,
know,
Jane hasn't
he's
done
never
that.
seen.
No.
Jane has shown it.
She's still in my
yeah,
chest
in your
now.
armor,
She's-
and the
Have
lasers
you
kind of.
seen Jane?
No.
No. You so you see him talking, and you hear this voice speaking aloud, coming from the middle of his chest.
Yeah, I've just kind of been keeping my shit together.
Yeah, and then these lasers kind of
cool,
go
act
80s
cool, act
style
cool.
and start making this illusion. And then at first it is just dark, and then you start hearing the breathing, and then you hear
That's good, thank you.
a voice. Okay, I was about to replay the whole video again for you.
What did you need to know about that?
If the video can be played, that means Vincent's still dead. Just checking.
I see.
You never know. There's still hope I have. Until
Yeah,
Let's
you know of
continue.
clerics and different spells in the world that would be able to reincarnate someone. All right. So
Neat.
Can you on?
you okay, Ramiro?
I'm totally cool with everything that just happened.
so yeah, all you got was like a,
Yeah, everything
pretty
went
much an
black for a
illusionary
second.
rectangle, and it just went black in front of you. You could still see everything else. And it was like it was playing an
little bit of
illusionary
audio.
movie. As a
Yeah.
player, you'd know it was like a movie or something. All right. So
Like, you guys are an interesting group.
Are you guys going to off-road it, or are you guys going to try to make your way to the road that leads to the gate, or are you guys going to stay off the road?
I think we should. Sorry.
And the roads leading up to here, as once was called it is still part of another place called the Emerald Core, but this is at one point there was what they called the Evergreen Ocean that kind of surrounded the city, is now known as Rothschild, but it has all been culled and cut down. The Evergreen Ocean was literally a giant forest that at one point in time in the past of the city of Rothschild was known for trade, and it would trade lumber as well too, but it has all been cleared from this time. When you were a kid there was no there, but you'd know of it.
Yeah.
Should I take on my jewelry before we go into this?
I'd just keep it safe. I mean, I haven't been here in 7 months. A lot can change, but Zukk would be the one to ask.
Zukk?
Yeah.
Should I hide my jewelry?
Yeah, it'd be a pretty good call.
Okay.
Because I don't think we're going to get into any other districts, right, Graff? Like, I
Probably
still have some connections in the gutters we can go talk to. I'm
what
just
do you-
stoked. We'll go see my parents' old shop, and maybe my dad will be back. Probably not.
What are these
but he'll be
different
back.
districts you keep talking about?
Yeah. I guess, yeah.
Yeah?
I'll be your tour guide. Sure. This
Yeah.
is awesome. Sure. I'll talk about it. Cool. Awesome. Cool. All right. So yeah, High Rock District. That's he kind of points from where you guys are as you're coming down the slope. You guys are starting to walk, I take it.
Yeah.
He does
Following
suggest
our tour
you guide.
guide.
All right. So big little place where there's the buildings built on top that are really tall and stuff like that. That's High Rock. That is the district that houses like pretty much all the new nobles and the old castles and mansions and structures. And they've even like built on top of the old structures. So there's like old architect and like new architect, and they did a really good job. Not so much in the gutters where me and Graff are from. The Hill District that kind of surrounds the High Rock. That is more of a high-end, snooty, like nobles and shit. And like some of the merchant guild guys live there. They all live there. The gutters where we're from. That's one district. Sleepy Swamp. Yeah, Graff, man. I haven't even got to tell you. Like it's gotten bigger. Like I don't know what's going on, but the swamp just keeps coming in.
It's changed quite a bit since.
Yeah, man. Even last month, it looks like it's kind of growing. It's it's pretty. Anyways, it's cool. Maybe I'll find some plants and stuff and brew some alchemy with that stuff. I'm not going alone. Midtown District, that's where you do all your shopping and shit. But there is shops within like the gutters and just more of the little run places and shadier areas. But Midtown District, most everyone can go there as long as you got your papers. You're good.
What papers?
Just show you don't mean trouble or anything like that. You just pay a bit, and it's like your past. Walk around there. They don't really like us from the gutters and making the streets all look kind of crummy. No offense to you guys or nothing like that, but I get picked on a lot. All right, yeah. So pretty much those are the and the docking districts. That's where all the shipping and receiving come through.
Do you know where we're supposed to meet Sherbert?
Sherbert?
Shogard.
Best
Shogard.
good as mine would probably be Midtown District or the gutters, or we'll find out. We'll ask around.
Maybe some of our old friends are there. They could ask them.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like it would do us good to get some papers for travel.
So I shouldn't be wearing my fine outfit.
Maybe that can get us into some of the other districts if we need to.
Yeah, but
There are noblemen
stand
here.
out like a sore thumb in the gutters.
Just keep your cloak on and keep it covered.
I don't think we want to draw too much attention to ourselves, but
Yeah, we want to lowest
fucking
profile as
filthy.
possible. There's a lot of eyes in Rothschild.
I'm gonna hate this place.
so as painful it is for Kaine, and it is, but Zukk kind of goes into a little rundown of like exactly what he knows about Rothschild, and Graff can fill in any other spots that he knows. But Rothschild, not so long ago, well, a little while ago, probably when you guys were youngins and whatnot, it was founded by a noble family called Waywend. They were, some people found them as a tyrant, but more of the higher end people found them as a not a prophet, but an asset, because they were wanting to gobble up all the surrounding towns that are around them and other settlements, and then they've made what they called was the city of Waywend. And it was a trade center pretty much on the continent. Like they traded in lumber for the Evergreen Ocean, different sorts of tinkering was done here as well, because there was a family of gnomes that were here at one point. Exotic animals and creatures, as well as the Waywend mine when it was open, was a lot of precious ore and metals were come from there that also helped the tinkerers build really cool stuff that was from here. But sorry, I'm finding it so hard not to go into Zukk, but I'll just keep going it. At one point, something right crazy happened because the lower class thought Waywend was a tyrant, and rightfully so. He was kind of an asshole to a lot of people. He just looked out for the rich, not really much the poor. When the Quiver was formed, a couple of adventurers came in here, and parts of the Quiver came in and uprooted this tyrant and put an end to his tyrant ways, which led the city into distress and dismay. Not known to the Quiver, they just kind of did their business and then left. Tried to help out where they could, but the city itself just kind of collapsed on itself. So a lot of problems and stuff, but in the last couple of years there's been some new factions coming in to help and bring it back to the glory it once was. So that being said, there are different groups that operate in this city.
So, are the Quiver still well regarded at all, or are
In
they
the poorer districts, they are.
in the poorer, but not so much?
Not so much now. Now I'm going to be more narrator style. Yes, adventures and types of stuff are still welcome here. Quiver, just depending where you're going to talk to, you'd want to stay away from the purists. Those are original noble families of Rothschild, and that's where the term Rothschild came from, was that the city itself started to rot once the tyrant was removed, and there was just an all-out onslaught of political assassination attempts to see what noble family would take over, and no one could be trusted. And the city kind of turned to every man for itself here. So the purists are still in there. That is one faction. The newer faction that are like looking to help, or in their mind try to help, but they may cause more problems than it is. They're called the enthusiasts. Those are new, richer folks trying to come in and claim Rothschild as their own. As well as another faction would be called the Sea Walkers. Those are the naval ships of trade that would come along the coast as well. They are they're mostly just trade ships and other things like that. Not other things, but just trades and vessels for passage. The Navy of the Noir used to be a big force of ships that would protect. It would be the naval fleet of whoever the noble family who ran Rothschild. Now they are more or less just a bunch of mercenaries and sell swords and ships for hire to the highest bidder. And he'd also mentioned that the Leatherheads is a new faction that do operate somewhere within the Sleepless Swamp, and they do kidnappings and slavery and whatnot. This looks at you.
Very interesting dynamics of this city.
It's like, yes, a lot of crazy people here.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
We came from there.
Yeah. And I guess we're gonna go to the gutters right away.
Yeah.
Is that where we should
Might
go
as
all
well
the way
head
out?
to the gutters, yeah.
That's where we got our connects, and we know some place to lay low. My peeps be there.
Zukk, I'm gonna try
My peeps is right here.
try and remain fairly anonymous throughout this venture. So, unless I have to, I will probably rely on you to talk to any of our old friends, just in case.
Will they not recognize you?
That might not be such a good idea. But I'll try.
Okay.
Right, Tim? We're gonna try. All right, cool. We're gonna try. All right.
do they know why you're trying to be secretive?
Who? What? Sorry.
So why are you trying to be secretive?
I have my own reasons.
But if they're your old friends,
The
would
heck,
they
Graff?
not recognize you?
Thought we were
They would
bros.
recognize me. They were. I'm just gonna keep that to myself, Kaine.
Should we find a disguise for you? Or?
No, it'll be fine. I'm pretty
This
sure.
isn't gonna come nip us in the butt, is it?
What is? No, nothing. No. This is just personal.
Oh yeah, that's never bad.
Yeah.
Mm.
No.
Okay, so it takes the majority or the half of the rest of the day. It is getting to dusk. You guys do approach the gate in time. It looks like they're starting to close things up. There are the guards that are there. As well. Rothschild does have a military, but when the city itself kind of collapsed on itself, or not collapse, but just an economical collapse, pretty much. A lot of the armies themselves joined up with the noble family, so each noble family had pretty much their own mercenary group or their own little army. There are still, however, those who are, as I say, purists who have stuck around, who are just the guard of rot that look after the city. So there are rules and there are crimes and punishments when you're here if you get caught.
If you get caught.
If you get caught. Just to let you know, it's not a free-for-all. In some districts, yes, maybe, but just to let you know there is crime and punishment here. And Graff would know that as well as looks like, yeah, don't, get caught with pants down.
But before we make it to the gate, I just wanted to ask Zukk, since Graff being super secretive. So, are people going to recognize you?
Me?
Yeah.
Me in the gutters probably, but not anywhere else. I lay low around here.
And how is the reception going to be?
The gutters should be okay.
Yeah?
Depends. We're a little older now. We might not get accepted as much as we used to. But we me and Graff left in good hands.
Left it in good hands?
Yeah.
You have rulers or something?
Well, we got like little gangs and like cool little shit.
You had little gangs?
Sort of. Sorry, Graff, am I overstepping here or like?
No, it's fine.
Yeah. See?
What the hell?
Yeah. Well, cool. Okay, so like the gutters, there's like an extra like sub part of the gutters that we and Graff kind of like took over and not took over, but we needed help. And yeah, if you're an old fogey and shit like
so
that.
Cool.
When I left. Sorry. No offense, Graff. Meant it both ways.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Kidding, Garret, if you're watching.
love you,
I love you,
Garret.
Garret. Love you so much. I miss you. All right. No, he just goes on to, as you guys are making your way to the gate, not through it yet, he goes on to explain that when him and Graff were running there, a lot of the elders were real mean and like picked on the kids quite a bit. And the kids themselves found some old abandoned places and an old abandoned section of the gutters, and they actually called it their own. It's their own turf. So it's run by children. And we trained a couple of them and showed them what we knew, and before we got all onto the quiver, and that's what made us kind of decide to go to the quiver. So hopefully they're still looking out for the place. But we have some like adult friends and stuff. But
Would we be better received if we pretended that a few of us were nobles and you were
No.
to the city?
No, that would not be a good idea.
They hate this. So like we're like badasses there, right? We're like kids, go around and travel through the sewers and whatnot, and we survive.
I have to go through the sewers?
No, we don't have to. You can though if you want to.
No.
Oh, there's so much.
A lot of things are making sense now, Kaine.
There's so much cool shit in the sewers though too. I should be able to make some potions and poisons.
Since you're so curious, Kaine, I guess
Oh my goodness.
we should tell you that I was actually the leader of this gang.
The heck, Graff?
And I would rather many of the people there would recognize me, and word would spread very quickly that I have returned to Rothschild, and I would rather that not
Because you're
happen.
here to take over this bizage.
Church.
What?
I'm saying some rivals would be out for your head.
No, not necessarily. I think with the Iron Reach on our tail, and
No, I understand. You don't want to.
I'd rather
Yeah.
keep a low profile, like I've
See,
said before.
I can understand that. Then I'm
Yeah.
glad you told me, because that makes more sense. Just don't want the extra heat over your head.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Zuck being in charge didn't make much sense.
Zukk was
You,
ac-
though.
Zukk was actually my third in command.
That makes sense.
He was known as
Third,
a
really?
he
Not
was-
fourth or fifth?
No, he was known as a lieutenant.
That's
So
Who was the second in command?
He's a friend of ours. Maybe he's still here. I don't know. But if we run into him, I'll let you know.
damn. Okay, cool.
Cool.
Well, like, do we have to sleep in the gutters tonight?
There's plenty of comfortable places to sleep. It's not. An
yes, this
actual
is
gut.
this is a shanty town metropolis. Like there's a whole bunch of places you guys can go stay.
No, but like,
At the gutters, they have a little
how
hideout.
fancy are they?
Shanty town.
Depends where you
fancy.
want to stay.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, we have to sleep in the gutters tonight. Something.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, the gutters. Yeah, that's right. It is a district. There are places to sleep there in the gutters.
Yeah, I know there's gonna be places, but
Yeah,
anyway.
we've slept in some pretty horrible. Remember that old house that was just leaking that old time, and those.
Yeah, we were
boards?
on a mission. Like,
And we're not on a mission now.
it's fair. It's gonna be just hard to like. People will see me entering the building and like they're gonna know I'm sleeping in there, and they're gonna judge me.
I think you'll be pleasantly surprised with.
There's still some condemned places we can stay if we need to be.
That's true too.
You just slept in a bird's nest last night.
We were on a mission. A bunch of bird people see me. I don't care.
All right, so you are now. You've spent the majority of the day traveling. You guys are now
I sleep
here.
in my own piss sometimes.
You can hear the sound of the city come to life as you're getting closer. You can see the guards standing there. They're wearing more of a darkish, brownish.
I should really go to the bathroom before I go to sleep sometimes.
More of an earth brown with like iron helmets on, just with like the little nose piece out front. Swords, shields on them as well. They look kind of relaxed, but they're just watching as people are going through the gates here at the. You guys would be at the western southwest gate coming in.
I have
Before we go, I'm gonna like mess my greased up hair a little bit so it looks all wacky.
Okay.
Money for some paw. Just get out of here.
it's not a good idea.
Not here, not out in the gates. Wait till we're in the city.
I'll have my hood up and everything,
Yeah.
and even my face mask would be on.
I'd like you guys all just to roll a stealth check. I know you're not trying, but you are trying to not speak to us or something else you want to
I
do.
was
What
gonna
are
say
you not at?
these are military looking guys.
Yeah.
I'm wearing half plate. I kind of
Okay.
look military, so I'm just gonna walk up
Walk up as
confidently.
you're with these guys.
Kind of. You guys stay to the side. I'll just.
Are you helping him still carry the cask though?
I'll get Kaine to help me. You go ahead.
Okay, you guys changed name.
Good idea. I'll.
I'll take the front of the cask. Don't worry.
I have my backpack to carry, bitch.
Stealth check.
It's fine.
Just go werewolf for him.
Oh yeah.
Go
9.
try werewolf.
You're just going in the thing. Are you guys trying to be
20.
stealthy or anything?
Oh yeah, that was 17.
17, 23. With the presence of Ramiro, guard kind of does turn his direction to you, just seeing the different mix-up of you guys, but still carrying like it looks like almost refugees or something coming in here. Not saying you guys all look like that, but
I kind of stand in front of his field of vision
Yeah.
and just give him the nod that soldiers that recognize their kind. Gotta give
do
to each other.
a persuasion check for me, please.
I like that.
Can I do an intimidation instead?
Certainly.
Crit.
Oh,
Looks at you,
Runs away.
Ramiro.
points, and like
Ramiro's
Pulls out a
first
sword.
crit. Is that your first crit?
moves.
That's my first
It moves a
roll.
couple of like the
No,
common
my
folk
first-
that are coming
yeah,
through.
Yeah, I think so.
A couple of the common folk go through, like kind of pushes a couple of them aside, and like waves you guys through.
Oh, thank you.
When walking in and seeing the people that are coming
when we
here,
walk by, I give him a
responds and respects to you there.
So kind.
As you're like even saying that so kind, and you hear a couple of the other strange voices, you're starting to look around, and a lot of the colored garments that these people are wearing that are coming into the city that do have a lot of baggage and whatnot with them does seem familiar. Like it,
Like they're from Aberth.
yeah, it looks like there are some people
Refugees.
who have made it through. So yes, once you guys get in to the city, being used to Aberth as well as Aslan, not the first time you guys went to Aslan, but growing up there was like a welcoming to it, or a kind of just a homey feel. Walking through the city of Rothschild is a very different feeling, a very more claustrophobic, more intense, more on edge. Looking around because everyone's kind of going about their business, try not to pay anybody much mind, but also being suspicious. Like it's just very clustered and thing. But you are on what they call the what did I call it here? I lost where it was. Sorry, but it is for now. I'm just going to call it the vein. Something vein, but anyways, it is the main streets to the cities of Rothschild. On these main veins, you can actually make it to the different districts. It's wide enough for 2 wagons to go side by side. Horses and whatnot can travel up and down these roads. As you're getting into the city and like looking around at the people, there are side alleyways going to different districts, and you can see the districts that you're in right now is pretty much the Midtown district that kind of surrounds. It is the dividing section of the Gutters, the Hill District, and then the High Rock District. I'm going to see the map, you'll understand. But, so yeah, you guys are in kind of the common folk area as well as where shopping and stuff would be. But you see old architecture of like what at one point might have been just very beautiful stone houses have been repaired well in this state, but it looks like a different form of architecture made of more wood and paneling is sitting on top of like old cobblestone basements or stone basements. So a lot of the buildings you see have like stone first floor and then the top of it, and they've expanding upwards. It looks like some of the buildings here are like 3 to 4 stories high as you're walking through. So it's getting dark. You do see lanterns that are lit along the veins. Some lanterns have glass broken in it. Others look pristine going across. There is a smell to the city of Rothschild. They're not very... not so much that it's pungent or anything like that, but it's just a smell of a hint of like BO, and as well as like some type of feces maybe in it, even though this is Midtown District.
Smells like home.
Yeah.
This whole town smells like
Zuck's just
suck.
like, yeah, it's good to be back.
It's weird that that's nostalgic.
And he's just walking. Yeah, he's just walking like all proud.
Nostalgic.
There is a one thing I didn't mention when you're looking off the mountainside. There is a water source that comes through Rothschild. And Zukk would have mentioned that they call it the gutters is because where all the rain falls off through the city streets, goes into this canal and leads through the gutters, kind of stops at the gutters, sits, and then goes into the Sleepless Swamp. However, further south it is more clear of the swamp area, but that's where all the ships and the docking districts are. So you guys are in the city. People are of all different mix of races are coming through. I shouldn't say all different sorts. You don't really see any elves. See a few dragonborns coming and going. Dwarves. You do see some gnomes run by. Halflings, but you can hear, since in the Midtown District you are hearing shops like still closing up, I guess, but you can hear some other taverns and other places of business still open late into the hour. As it is, yeah, it is sunset, and you're looking at it's about 6 or 7 o'clock.
Where are we going, Zuck? Or where are we going?
Gutters, I guess?
Yeah, we'll head to the gutters. Maybe. I imagine the shop is still occupied, or
I don't know. I don't know where my mom and dad are, but I know the shop's still there, and we can maybe go hold up there. As long as no one took it over or anything like that.
maybe it's best we find.
We'll take it back.
Maybe it's best we find an inn or something like that to stay in for the night. And
Okay.
maybe work our way towards the gutters in the morning.
Anything catch my eye? Anything like that really stands out?
You do see a lot of tavern signs.
Okay, perfect.
Not a
That
bad
kind of
thing.
stands out.
Yeah, people.
Roll a perception check for me real quick.
That would be 13.
13 is good enough. Seems to be a shop that is closing up, but you can see a wagon parked out front with some crates on it. You can see a couple of gentlemen in these dark bluish, almost a granite kind of coloration in them. They're dark, and then they kind of go to light blue, and it almost looks like there's tiny little stars on them. But it's leathered, armored, and they have these cloaks, but they are grabbing these crates that have a big stamp on them. The stamp itself is a head of what looks to be a dragon, and then there's several tentacles that go out to different sort of gem cuts that go all around it. You've seen this symbol once before on a... subconsciously you saw it, or subliminally you saw it, because I'm not too sure I mention it, but this does look to be the logo of the Hydra Merchant Guild. And you can see them grabbing crates off this wagon and bringing it in the store, and you hear the shopkeep, hurry up, I need clothes and I need to do inventory all night.
Watch your eyes there, Rakell.
As you look
What,
around, you see that wagon there. There's 2 horses in front. There seems to be about 3 these these leathered armored guys going back and forth, bringing in shipments.
Do you have any preference, Kaine, since you had so many questions about where we would be sleeping tonight?
What's the store's name?
The store's name?
Yeah.
It's the Hanging
So what?
The Hanging Hangsman.
Hanging Hangsman. Okay.
Well, considering you don't want to be recognized in the gutters, I don't know if we want to stay in there.
No, I prefer we stay here in the mid district. I don't.
The hanging hangs, and as you walk by, it looks to be some type of mining shop. It has different sorts of ropes, pickaxes hanging in the window, and just a whole bunch of different kind of mining gear.
Okay.
Or some adventurers would call it dungeoneering packs and whatnot. You can see these backpacks already preloaded, sitting in this. Still a light beige kind of wood paneling on the outside with these windows that have seen better days, haven't really been cleaned much, but you can still see some of the items in there as the lights are getting snuffed out inside as they're bringing in these equipment.
I'll keep note, but just, yeah.
I'm going to try and look for an inn of some sorts that would fit Kaine's preferences.
And his preferences would be like...
Cleaner the better.
Cleaner the better.
Preferably with a bar, a tavern.
But also my preferences.
Okay,
Mandatory.
so do you know of any that would be in this district?
I don't know Midtown all that well. I know of one, but it's
Kaine.
pretty dirty. It's not
Those
something
men loading
Kaine
boxes
wants.
into that.
Okay.
On our way, I
believe
wanna
they're
keep my eyes
Rizel's men.
peeled for a shop that could sell a cloak because I'm just in half plate armor. I'd prefer to have it.
Yes, I'm saying.
Oh
we
yeah,
should keep
okay.
an eye on
Yeah,
them.
for sure. Just roll an investigation check for me, and I'll see which one you find as I pull up all my
Natural
shops.
one.
Natural 1.
Jesus. Oh,
Awesome.
That's too extreme.
Yeah.
You find Lathander's loins.
Oh, great.
Linen, sorry. Lathander's
Lathander's
linens.
loin linens.
Sounds like a male brothel.
They
my
get confused
God.
often, so make sure you keep those straight.
And you can see that it, like, just walking through the street, you guys are in a section where there are, like, shops, different thing. Like, think, well, shit, if you've been there, it's like Old Town Quebec City, like how everything's like a knick-knack shop
Yeah.
around there. You're kind of in this...
Knick-knacky.
Every district, too, has its own kind of walling system. Either it's built with larger houses or more of the military bases that kind of divide each of the districts up. But yeah, you do see those Lathander's linens, and it has like a pretty shoddy like picture. It takes you a sec looking at it, but it is like a stencil or decal of a sun. At first, it just looks like a circle, and then you're like, "What the fuck are those other?" Oh, it's a sun, right? And it's the symbol of Lathander, pretty much. But yeah, you can see that the drapes are open. There is someone inside, kind of walking around.
I just ask, hold on just a second, and this will just take a minute. I just need a cloak really quickly. So I just walk in and say, "Shopkeep, your cheapest cloak."
Oh, good day, sir. Welcome to Lathander's Linens. The hour is late, and I'm about to close, so if you can just pick out what you want and let me have the rest of the night off, that would be muchly appreciated.
All right, I point at the closest cloak I see that looks to be my size, and how much for that?
The bright pink one, or is it the dark purple one that you'd like? Because those are the two closest ones.
The dark purple.
The dark purple, as you look at it, points at it, he's like, "Ah, yes, that will be 5 gold pieces."
I'm going to try to haggle him a little bit.
Okay.
What do you want me to check for that?
Just a persuasion check.
14.
14. Oh, what do you want to pay me for it?
I would pay 2 gold.
Sold!
Sold. All right. And is this a frilly purple coat?
No, it's just a very...
Thank God.
No,
I
it's a
didn't even
very-
ask.
Yeah, as you're having it, he's like, "Sold! Get out!" Door shuts.
Crap.
Then you look at it, yeah, it has like the pirate
cursed.
puffy arms to it.
Yeah.
No, it's just a normal, I don't normal, but it just looks almost... Once you have it in your hands and you've already
Like
paid
a
for
curtain.
it now, it feels like something like it was just ripped off, and all you
Yeah.
did was like cut and like super glue like a little hood to it. Like you wanted a full on cloak hood.
Yeah,
or
I just
the-
one. So-
Feel it. The material to it itself too is kind of itchy and just thing, and you're like, "Fuck, that was 2 fucking gold."
Well, I got taken for a ride, but at least I don't look like a soldier.
Yeah, and
walking
you put it
around.
on, and then you start wearing it, and it does like
You definitely don't
feels-
look like a soldier now.
it doesn't feel like a cloak should. It's like it's not the material that a cloak should be made
like
of.
Bath curtain.
bath curtain or something.
To a more closer inspection, as you're even walking with it, you
Plastic
realize
feeling.
that maybe Lathander's linens is just like maybe a front or something like. You don't care what he's selling. It's this thing, but that's what you get when you roll a 1. You find the best.
Did you buy a bed sheet?
Let's just go.
So does Spark down to 2 gold?
Yeah.
You know, we could have just stolen that.
Look, I don't want to talk about it.
But anyways, it does. For what you
still
want
have
it
my
for,
weasel
it does
coat, right?
acquire. It
think so.
does meet what you were looking for. It does
Well,
hide and close up your armor.
I'm not going to stand out in the way I thought. No, I'm just
Yeah.
going to stand out like a crazy person. So.
Yeah. It's not. It's not like it's a darker purple, like not a vibrant purple, but it's dark and it meets into the light air too as well. So, guys are in the streets.
At this point, I got tired of carrying the cask. And I said, "Put it down. I'll roll it." So I'm just rolling this
and
cask.
these streets here, because there is the main plateau too, there is some slopes to these streets that we're in. It is, now that I think about it, it is very much
Your cask is
a shittier version of old Quebec.
Blending with me.
Okay.
Like
Alright,
it
plans
is,
yeah.
but
Get
it's
some, detail.
no offense to Quebec. It's
See what I
awesome.
can hear
love
on the
old
down
Quebec
low.
City. I've fucking partied there many times. Anyways, so yes,
surprised people
sorry, you
talk
guys were
about
looking
when
for a
there's a
place
drunk
that would
passed
meet.
Yep.
It would probably be a place that would meet both needs.
Clean
The
with a
Tamed
tavern?
Pegasus.
The tamed Pegasus.
It has a nice ring to
I've heard of it before. I've never even seen it, but I've definitely heard of it. It's some of the more well-off folk kind of.
Just roll an investigation check just to see how long it takes.
3 hour maximum.
20.
20. Sure enough, even though you haven't been there, you take a couple wines around, you see a couple other shops. You do kind of come across, you see a group of like 4 or 5. Everything good over there? Yeah. Okay, cool. One thing that you do kind of catches your notice is that there are 4 dwarves that kind of pass by you. The only reason why these stand out is because mostly dwarves have the huge beards on them and like just a mane to them or bald and just some type of, that's what they take honor in as their beards. These 4 individual dwarves are walking back, look like they've just finished some type of shift in a mine or a coal mine. Soot everywhere, very dirty, and you can see them trekking off in the opposite direction of you. The only reason it catches your eye is because all 4 of them have a similar marking of like a burnt side of their face. Has been all the thing like avocado kind of burn skin thing across their face as they're walking by. They have what looks to be like a anvil on their shoulders, with a fire kind of surrounding it. But they walk past you, and then next thing you know, Graff is like that takes your eye. You kind of look over, and bang! Lo and behold, there is the sign of the the tamed Pegasus. The Pegasus wood cut out, hanging from 2 chains, not out the side of the door, but over top of the door as you're walking in. And it is the wings, almost like the Tri-Stone Pictures movie logo. Looking in there, a little diamond. And there it is, a double-doored, locked in, no windows on the front, but you can hear commotion in the inside of people having a good time. And you can hear tankards clanking in, and you can just hear voices coming through. And
How's this look, Kaine?
Before
It's
Kaine
about a
answers,
4
I'm already opening the door.
Yeah, as you open the door, the warm feeling and alcohol fills Rakell's smile. Not even nostrils, just like ready to go.
It'll have to do.
Several round tables are set out in front along this dark wood paneling floor. The sides of the walls themselves are cobblestone on the first floor, but there is little archways in the nooks and crannies, like little cubbies for people to go have their own little private drinks with curtains that can be drawn across. There are several round tables and rectangle tables that kind of all enclose the round tables in the middle. And there seems to be 2 different bars, one at the far end of the place and one right to your right as you walk in. As you walk in, though, however, there is a gray-skinned, very big individual. The roof to this place is about 12 feet tall. There are chandeliers hanging to as well. And it looks like it opens up in the middle, that there's a second floor that you can look down onto. But there standing is a gray skin, tattooed up every kind of orifice all over him. Very hard to even tell that it's gray skinned. Seems to be wearing some kind of animal cloth skirt or some kind of midriff, cloth around, as well as a green-skinned individual that looks to be a half-orc and a Goliath standing there. The half-orc himself has a mohawk going straight up, big tusks kind of coming out, and this red tattooed of like claw marks going across his face. Both of them, as you walk in, hey, and like they look down at you. Behave yourself, human.
Oh, as long as I have a good drink, there will be no trouble from me.
Bars that way.
Well, thank you very much.
I'd like to stop Zukk or Graff before we go in. Just a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
You're right ahead.
I guess Zukk. How far does coin go in this place? Like, not this establishment, but in this city.
Pretty much the more coin you have, the more districts you can get into, and the more people you get to meet.
Like,
More power you get, man.
so coin rules.
But more coin, more problems, man.
I asked the wrong person.
I've been broke my whole life, man. Like my parents had a shop,
No,
but I don't.
So, all right, coin
Money,
power.
yeah. Oh, where else? Where is it?
Hey,
Coin power.
coin rules everything around me.
Cream. Put the money.
Dollar
bills,
bill,
y'all. High fives, Ramiro. Been here before.
All right, lead the way in.
But no, Zukk explains. He's like, coin's pretty much like anywhere, man. Like the more you have, the more
Well, it's not as
powerful.
bad.
There does come a point where the more you have, the less you can go.
Deep.
Barkeep, your finest ale, and I'd
Good
like to
day.
open a tab.
Oh, we don't do that for anybody. As you're talking to a portly gentleman, about the size of a dwarf, but he's not a dwarf. Just a small human, built like a keg, pretty much. Just a handlebar mustache that comes down, like drips down into two like little, almost stir drink with it, and just patches of hair left. It looks like maybe he might have been in an incident recently, but he's sitting there. Well, to start a tab, you must have a name.
Rakell,
Rakell.
world famous brewer, here to sample my ale to all of Rothschild.
Never heard of you.
Oh, you will.
All right, hopefully for brewing and not any trouble.
Sometimes both.
Okay. Well, I can't really start you off on a tab unless I've seen some coin first.
My servant will be in soon with my coin. He is also looking after my cask.
I'm coming, sir. Roll the cast through the door.
Yeah.
Bouncers look down and like right away just put a foot on top of the cask.
This is property of Rakell, the greatest brewer in all the lands.
Outside drinks are prohibited.
But it's nearly empty.
The big gray guy who's talking to you like grabs a hold of it. Looks you like square in the eye. Are you doing anything?
What are you doing with it?
Sits it up beside the door. Kind of gets his ass on top of it and just sits on it for a bit and like
Free
scratches down.
samples.
Oh, that
When
would
you're
be.
ready to leave, I will give you the cask.
Oh, that is quite perfect.
Free samples, Lord Rakell.
Yeah, samples for anyone who'd like one.
Couple tables turn. Hey, yeah, man, I'll take some of that for sure.
What? Is that loud?
Probably not. No.
I'm gonna find the
Sorry,
innkeeper.
Lord Rakell.
Sorry.
Is there like a reception desk or an innkeeper or something?
Yeah, there is a at the far end bar. This one here looks where all the booze is, kind of right. Or no, sorry, I have them
Perfect
reversed.
cover, dude.
He went across, talked to Grump, but you'd come around the corner and there is a smaller kind of bar, still some drinks and like, but you can tell that this would be kind of the reception area. There, standing there, is a man with a kind of receding hairline into like a V shape, kind of slicked back, a vest with some color. He looks to get the sense he's trying to be upper
Black
class,
and
but
blue.
just the location of this place is not really leading up to it.
Blackfist. Yes.
Hey Zukk, you hanging with these guys, or are you gonna bunk with me?
Looks at them, looks at the big guy sitting on the cask, and the just mischievous grin that Rakell has on his face, like right beside you. I'm with you, man.
All right.
Headache. What are you doing, Ramiro?
I'm gonna go talk to the bartender a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, what was the
you're gonna
bartender's
over to
name?
Rakell? You didn't ask him for his name. But what we yeah, so you meet him. He's standing there and he's like, yes.
I'd like to get a room, please.
Just one person.
It's gonna be me and the little guy.
Yes, 2-bedroom, that would be, let me just double check my notes here. It's been a rough night. I'm going to look for accommodations, and I believe tonight is just 5 silver pieces.
Oh, that's fair enough. Something on the ground floor, preferably.
The ground floor, the basement. The ground floor and the floor above is meant for the tavern, so you'd have to go up to the 3rd floor or the 4th floor, or the basement.
I'd go with the 3rd floor, please.
The 3rd floor, excellent. 5 silver pieces, 2-bedroom.
I'll hand it over, and I'll even give him an extra silver.
Thank you kindly.
I'm not that broke. Still have 18 gold left.
If you are acquiring company tonight, it would be an extra gold piece. But if you just want to be left alone, that is fine.
I'd prefer to be left alone, and don't bother servicing the room while we're there, please.
Fair enough. Thank you. Thank you.
Let's go, Zukk.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, what's up, man? Thanks.
Cool.
You guys stay out of trouble. This isn't Abrith.
No, it is not, and you have that feeling, so I'm not gonna have to sit there. So you meet up at the bar. You see Rakell, like,
Barkeep, your name.
my name is Grump.
Romp?
Grump with the G.
Grump. My friend Ramiro here would also like a glass of your finest ale.
Our finest ale, that is fine. Would you like a gallon or a mug?
Just a mug for me is fine.
That will be 4 copper pieces.
I'll take a gallon.
That is 2 silver pieces.
I got this, Ramiro. On me.
I'm not
You
gonna
guys
say
pulling
no.
up a table or sitting at the bar. There's a couple of gentlemen at the bar. There does seem to be Kaine looking around. There does seem to be some wenches around. Bar servants, as well as some. You get a feeling, ladies of the evening, as well as you see some loosely dressed males as well. So there.
My love is placed in one woman's.
Okay.
The only reason I went after the ladies in Aberth was because I was intoxicated. Okay.
And we're in a bar.
Hence, I'm telling you that they're there now, so we
Well,
don't have to
I'm
wait
not
for you to be like,
intoxicated.
wait, is there any chicks around here or something like that?
No, I'm still talking to this Goliath.
Okay.
Don't. Please be careful with Lord Rakell's Black Fist Ale.
Fist, eh?
Be gentle.
Oh, you're still acting.
Yeah. See how long I can get this going.
All right. So you say that. Are you talking to the Goliath right now? Who's
Wait.
doing that? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Kind of looks at you a little crooked for a second. That's not Blackfist.
Black Fist Ale?
He's not brewing his own ale anymore.
No, Rakell.
The only
Lord
ale
Rakell.
he's ever brewed is the blood of his victims.
What are you talking about?
You said Blackfist.
Yeah, that's the name of the ale you're sitting on.
Do you not know who Blackfist is?
Apparently not. I thought it was this ale.
The half-orc's looking over at him. He's like, see? You're not the dumbest one here. I know.
Would I know the name Blackfist?
Fuck yeah, you would.
Yeah, I would.
You guys were told about Blackfist very recently.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's all right. It's just ale.
Pretty sure that's Blackfist. Yeah, I've told you guys about Blackfist.
Yeah. Well, we're at the monastery.
Yeah, at the monastery, yeah.
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 The guy, so as you said, Blackfist.
The
that's-
Antichrist of the monks.
And hence,
And this
the
is
Goliath
his
just said that he's like, the only brew he ales is the blood of his fallen victims.
I think it's a description of how potent the ale is.
That's fine. It doesn't get served.
It gets
here.
you.
I
It gets you
know!
as drunk as getting
I'm just
punched
saying.
in the face by Blackfist himself.
You always let your servants talk loud like little mangy pigs.
Ah, this is no ordinary servant.
Yes.
I can't serve your drink
finest-
here. Jesus.
The finest
My name's
dancer.
Morden.
I'm
The finest dancer in the land.
Lord, please, you're too kind.
Let's see a dance then.
Ramiro is just leaning on the bar, watching this whole thing
Oh!
from about
You can
20
start,
feet away.
you're starting to notice too that there's a couple of tables even after the mention of Blackfist that they're all starting to turn and like they're all paying attention to this conversation that's going on with the bouncers. And
Now
Good
this
sir.
table, like these tables, are they just like random patrons or? Do they
it
look
looks like they look a little bit of rough, but there is a mix of like many like classy, like people pretending to be upper class but not, like snooty, but
Yeah.
you can just tell the way they're kept is
They
not.
fit the establishment.
You don't say a word.
There you
Yeah.
go. That'd be the word. But you can notice them, Ramiro, that they're starting to like slide money into the middle of the table.
Oh god, they're taking bets.
You can see the Goliath, and yes, the Goliath stops and asks, "Let's see it."
Literally, the
Uh,
first
just-
thing I said was let's keep a low profile.
Yeah, no.
I knew you
Just
guys
to
were doing this,
clarify, I was not asking to serve Blackfist Ale. I was just saying, please keep it safe.
The safest place in the joint is underneath
Perfect.
my ass.
That's all I wanted to hear.
That is set.
Good
Now
day.
do a dance.
If you must see it, you will see it.
If you want to keep drinking in this establishment, then I suggest you get your pretty little toes a dancing.
Okay.
Oh, my servant is not allowed to drink.
Okay,
to
you
know.
ready for this shit?
I'm ready for a performance.
Oh fuck yeah!
18.
Thinking back onto the ways that you were trained with the blade and the rapier, there is some movement to your offensive that you've learned to
I'd like to look.
start going, and you start just thinking of like the one love that you've seen in your life, hoping that she'd enter at this moment as this perfect dance that you're doing. You brought it up.
No, sir.
But yeah, you somehow start doing a dance, and even the Goliath, a smile kind of goes through, and you see that he's missing a few of his teeth, but he's
I give
big
a-
jaw to him.
Give a slight bow at the end.
Ramiro, you look over the table, you see these guys like, fuck. And like, you see like this money come over to this halfling, he's like, get some money there. And the one goes like, there's still time.
I lean over to Ramiro and I say, "It'll be interesting how Kaine gets me back for this one."
But anyways, they say the Black Fist Ale is safe underneath this guy's keister.
Perfect.
You guys can continue drinking or doing whatever.
I take out a gold piece and give it to the barkeep and tell him that that should cover me and my companions for the night.
To Rakell! The Lord of the
Black
Ale.
Fist Ale.
Say that out loud. Cool, it's already happened. Yep. All right, you see it, and you come over here, we're like, hey! Roll a perception check, Ramiro, since you're not really...
Alright. That would be
I'd like to do some stuff.
fairly good.
Where was
21.
21. A lot of people cheer not giving two shits, but it's like a common thread with most of the shady individuals. They're rough-looking guys. A couple of them look like sailors. Some of them have very scruffy beards and like scars on their faces, and ones who look like they can
Handle themselves?
handle themselves.
Just outside called.
Take notice, and a lot of them like start messaging texting. See the shit? I'm right here. No, but they take notice of Rakell doing saying the thing. As soon as he said Blackfist, you see them all kind of like turn and look at him.
Yeah, I mentally make
Yeah.
note of like how many of them.
About 6 of them.
About
And the
six.
establishment itself right now is pretty packed. It is late. Stores are closing, so people are coming in. So
Good
I don't-
vibes still, though.
Oh yeah, no, everyone's happy. Some people cheered, and like some people are like, "Grab over that cask, get some free ale up in here." Grump's like, "You shut your mouth, or I'll kick you out of here. You are supposed to be tame in the Pegasus."
I go back
Sorry
over.
for yelling in the mic, audience.
No, absolutely need to flare. I go over.
As soon as you go, I'll be like,
I go back over and say, "Can I please get a room for 3?"
You're talking to Grump?
No.
Or sorry,
The
Grump.
two people at
Receptionist.
the door.
Oh,
The Goliath and the orc. Sorry.
yeah, sure.
Who am I?
The orc's like, "Yeah, give me some gold, and I'll get you a room, no problem."
Who do I need to talk to?
Goliath's like, "You go over there."
You are well wiser than you look. I give him a bow.
Then you look.
Ramiro walks over, pats him on the shoulders, and says, "Thank you, gentlemen," and shovels him away at that comment.
He's a Goliath. He's probably gonna like that compliment.
Go see Dunn. Dunn is the gentleman stay there with the beard and the kind of the M hair shape kind of going back with through the guy who looks kind of like he's trying to be upper class. You see him and he's
Master
like,
Dunn.
yes,
How are you this evening?
tired.
Me as well. Me and my companions are looking for someone to rest our heads. Preferably 3 beds.
Then look no further. 3 beds, 3 people in the room, or okay, 3 people in the room for 3. That is going to be. It was for the extra person. It's going to be about 7 silver pieces. If you acquire company tonight, that would be an extra gold piece.
Interesting.
How much for 3 company?
Where is
Graff and Zukk planning it out. We're just
choice
having
of
an orgy next door.
level or
What the
our
hell?
room is on?
Oh, for right now, our 4th floor is booked up. Our 3rd floor still has about 4 more rooms left, or there is the basement.
I will take the 3rd floor.
Excellent. Mark
Here's
something down.
Here's. I don't even say it. I just slide him a gold piece instead of the 7 silver.
Oh, you.
No.
Oh, thank you. Kindly,
For
thank
your
you.
well.
Thank you.
served
Excellent.
services.
Perfect. Always refer your friends to the tamed Pegasus, and please enjoy your stay.
Have a
There is a
fantastic night.
complimentary meal in the morning for you when you go to leave.
Thank you very much,
He
Master
hands you over a
Dunn.
key, and you're set
Well,
to go.
before going up, I'd like to go just talk to the bartender.
Oh
real
yeah,
quick.
yeah. I was just gonna record
Just
this.
to casually lean on the bar for a minute.
As you
don't
sit
look
at the
too
bar, I
conspicuous.
pass you a nail.
And then
So sorry, you're going back to see Grump, or are you talking to Dunn?
Grump.
Grump. Yeah.
And I just sort of, get his attention and say, if a person's looking for information in this town, who would you recommend they talk to?
Just sit here for a few hours. You'll probably hear a lot. There are information brokers around you can talk to. They pay them a lot of money. They can find things out for you. They are called the Silver Tongues. Look for them.
Okay.
A place where I hear a lot of rumors start. Besides here, but the Spinning Spigot, just on the outskirts of Midtown District and the gutters.
Okay. If
Any information in particular you're looking for? His big
Well-
sausage fingers all greasy.
Oh,
I just sort of lean in. Have you had many visitors from the Iron Reach come through Rothschild?
Yes, actually, there is a small force in town right now.
If a person wanted to know roughly where they were, where would they start look?
Ooh, that is a dangerous question to go looking for them.
Well, that's why I'm asking who I would speak to. I wouldn't want to put you in any sort of awkward position as I slide a gold piece subtly across the table.
Well, I heard. Looks around for a second. I heard that it's actually Aber's fault. The Quiver's the ones who started this new war.
Is that
Iron
what-
Reach are the saviors. I've been told that the Quiver was going to make a full-on assault on Dullenheim. So the Iron Reach is now making sure the other towns and cities can defend themselves against the adventuring type, but looks like the Iron Reach got them good first.
Well, they're...
But don't get me wrong, I like adventurers and whatnot. They're very valuable, as you can tell. My doormen here are pretty reliable. But in the city, it's been kind of hush-hush. I know they kind of snuck in under the guise of the merchants, or the Hydra Merchant Guild, so they use them to come into the city. But I think they're looking for something in the mines, or they have some business in High Rock. That's all I know. Because my hearing goes after one of them.
And I cough and I slip a silver. Oh, whoops! I seem to have misplaced something on the table.
Oh, I don't see anything.
I'm just, like a few seats down. I'm just grinning at this whole thing.
But he tells you if you're looking for more information, someone with a loose tongue, careful when you find him. But if you find out Tuki, that is his street's name.
Well,
Any other information you're looking for?
I feel
I
like
hear better from the pockets, if you know what I'm saying.
I understand. I feel like I've asked quite a number of questions for tonight, and that might be good until morning.
Well, if any other information comes my way, where are you staying this evening?
Around.
Around? I've never heard of that place, but sure.
Well,
Good answer, though. I will, if I hear any other information, come back and check in a few days. I'll see what the Iron Reach are up to for you, but don't go poking your nose in the bee's nest.
Oh, I wouldn't think of
mule
it.
kicks you in the balls.
I'm actually interested in joining.
Oh, that too. Well, I've heard they've had a. Well, I don't know. Look around.
Very good. All right, thank you very much, Grump.
Sorry. Grump's gonna give you one last little bit of information here. You two both roll perception check. No, you're not even drunk. You know what? I'm gonna ride home. I'm gonna tell you some other stuff. Okay. Well, some other information gets told you there. Sorry, I was like, I want to say this out loud. I'm gonna do some whispering.
Well,
Alright.
I want to back away to the room, but kind of roundabouts and keep an eye on Grump to see if he, talks to anybody after I just.
He's obviously talking to a lot of people because there's a bar thing, but you roll a
any of the
perception
people.
check really quick.
I was gonna say any of the people that I noted before.
After kind of seeing him whisper back and forth with Grump, I'm also just gonna be
5. Grump still looks like he's going about his business, and he does talk to a lot of people, and taverns are a good place for information. But yeah, you don't really notice anything else.
Okay.
But keeping your eye on other things, it's hard to. At first, it's kind of a little difficult to find out where all the ruffian guys are. It looks like some of them left, but it also looks like 3 of them have gotten together at one table by themselves. They all used to be separated. Now they're talking. Anywho, so yeah, before we go up to the room, I'll go with these guys, and then we'll finish off with what you want to do. Anything else, sir? You have there talking?
yeah, just kind of keeping an eye,
All right.
an ear out.
So you back away, kind
finish
of
my-
into Rakell.
So I got a
Rakell's
big cask.
You got a big gallon, bro.
Okay. I want to pound that back as hard as fast as possible. I didn't get a second one.
Constitution check, please.
Just a quiet night.
Go. That would be a 12.
A 12. Either it's been on the road or traveling through the labyrinth of winds. Stomach feels a little bit not up to par for drinking this. It's more of the amount that you've drinking that has a hard time going down. But you're okay. You're okay. It's not real potent shit. This is, the booze does not taste as smooth as it did in Aberth. Almost put Aslan and Aberth together there for a second.
Just gonna keep going until
Keep
I'm
drinking.
drunk.
You guys keep going until you're in the morning.
I'm not drinking very heavily.
Okay. All right. Graff, what would you like to do in your chambers?
Get into the
As you see Zukk like just smelling his little air capsules, looking at you.
Hey, Zukk, can I speak to you for a moment?
Yeah, man. What is it, buddy?
I do my best snooping.
I kind of wanted to wait till we were alone, but I know I haven't really talked about him too much. But what's Hanzu doing?
Last I didn't really want to bring this up, but I know you care for him a lot, and I'm not jealous or anything. Just saying. He's been kind of AWOL lately, man. Like no one's really heard from where he went. But a couple of us looked out for him. I know Reich was right upset. She was looking for him, but couldn't.
When we were running from the Crimson Mall, I got hit with a bolt.
Yeah, you took like that, like a champ.
I'm gonna show him the bolt. Do you recognize it?
Oh snap! Shit, that's his mark.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck.
And you have no idea what he's been up to.
No, man. I can't really hold on a second. I think I have his shit right here. Do you think maybe that other, like I said, there's those leatherheads who came into town and they've been kind of making a name for themselves, and I left, and I don't know, maybe they might have something to do with it because they've been kidnapping it, and like I didn't want to scare you or nothing, but they were coming into our turf apparently, and that's why I left to come find you, and then
Interesting.
I'm a Quiver member now and feel all tight and shit. Yeah.
If he's still around, it might be useful to find him.
Yeah, like I know, well, if Mickey isn't in the slammer, we could probably talk to him. He's heard some shit.
Yeah.
Or Reich, I know she was like right torn apart about it and she went looking for him, but I told her I was going to go find you and like hopefully, like I know we're supposed to branch out on our own, man, but I don't know, I think we like left a lot of people hanging here.
Well, at this point, I think we need all the help we can get, so.
I agree. Right, Tim?
Thanks.
Hey, no problem, man.
I want to go over and I'm going to unwrap the device and kind of inspect it.
All right.
See what that thing was I was feeling and why it was
Yeah,
vibrating.
do an investigation check.
Natural 20. And that with, and you said investigation? That's
Yep.
25.
So not only do you know now what this device can do, you know what? Still glowing that small triangle on that one level. Just let me draw you guys a picture of what it looks like. But there is this small metallic thing on the bottom that you felt, and like instantly your hand goes right to it. Feel a little bit better, and you can feel like it slides. So it feels like it's some type of magnetic device is attached to this thing. Just kind of tilt it over and look at it. You can see that there is some type of a very arcane glyph, but with something new to it, like a different variation of a glyph. Almost looks like a formula or math equation or something in the glyph itself. You've seen this similar to the bullets that you have, so it is your best assumption. It is something 25. It's a piece of mechna. Remembering what your touch to magic, I mean, even with Zukk there, he's kind of helping you out with this.
Have Jane look at it too.
Zuck's like, fine. Goes, sits down, starts flipping through his book real quick. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna make a potion so good that someone just takes me away and I become the best potionist ever. This is gonna be awesome. Anyways, you look at it and Jane helps you summarize what this is. It is something that seems temporary of a hide object location thing like that. It seems like this does that kind of there are spells or artifacts that can hide the location of something. This itself, the glyph itself now looks to be fading a bit, but it looks like whoever's put this on this or wherever this came onto it, it looks like it's been helping hide the aura that is coming off this machine.
Interesting. Must have been something they put on right before we took it. Is there anything about it vibrating when I went through those?
You're asking Jane?
I'm just inspecting to see if
Inspecting
there's
it?
anything changed from that because I remember feeling it and I just wanted to see.
Because they were telling you that the Jane herself, or Jane itself, the AI, would let you know when a power source is similar to what this thing can hold.
Oh, okay.
Going through the portal itself, you can assume that whatever magic it is to create it is a very similar magic that can maybe hold. So in your tinkering mindset, you could think that if I would when the portal very first opened, if I would open up this device, it may have triggered something into or sucked something in or reacted to it.
Okay.
Without, even though it is 25, but without getting to play around with this more. It's a very dangerous hit or miss game to play with it. You'd have to be in a very secluded place to start playing around with it and have the available magical resources to play with this thing. But yeah, when it's a very powerful magic summoned, it seems that is one part that triggers this equipment.
Okay.
But yeah, this other thing slides right off of it, and you're now holding it in your hand, looking at it, and then you kind of bring it close. But it does look like the glyph itself, the outline's there, but the glow to it is now faded a bit, so you can see the outline of the beginning glyph.
Starting to run out of time.
Yeah. But with the investigation of finding it and like pulling it off and then putting it back on, and you speaking out loud that you're like, oh, they might have put this on before they gave it to us. You know that it wasn't on there. This was just a smooth thing even when you open it up. So in some time of your travel since you've gotten this device, this thing has somehow found its way on top of it.
Interesting.
I don't know. Anything else you'd like to do for the evening?
No, that's it.
All right. As you guys...
Gotta
All
use Ben's
really?
voice. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. All right. That's it.
That's
That's everything it is. As you guys... Oh, crap.
Sorry.
No problem.
When I escort my liege lord Rakell to
I don't know when you guys play this, but this... Yes.
So
you go up a couple stairs. You notice when you pass by the second floor, there is like a section where you can look down on the bar below, and there is still drinks being served up there. There is another bar. You find a back stairs up, and then you get to more of a hallway that goes down, curls around, and then a big U shape down another set of stairs. So there's all these rooms.
as well as our muscle Ramiro.
Also, window in your room.
With my
And you
dashing
guys in.
purple cape.
That's right. When we get to our room, I get everyone in, and I instantly go on the pin and go, Zukk, get in here. Please.
Why? Can't you just tell me now?
Bring your herbalist book and your potions and stuff.
Guys are so comfortable. Like, seriously? Like, this is a pain in the ass.
It can't wait. It's utmost. If without you, this will not work.
Alright.
You're the most important piece to this puzzle.
You really pissed me off, but this is my beauty sleep. But yeah, okay, sure. Alright. A couple minutes later. Wait, what fucking room are you in? I don't know what room you're in.
I open the door. Over here.
Oh, hey guys. Comes in.
Close it. Lock it. Can you?
He looks over. He's like, what's going on?
Can you put the trap spell, trigger spell?
Oh, the alarm spell?
Yeah. When you leave on the outside of the door. But more importantly, this is the utmost importance. We need you to figure out how to turn that cask of ale downstairs into some potent ass stuff.
Okay. Sorry. When getting your room, you would have been allowed to bring the cask with you.
Oh,
up in your room.
Perfect.
Perfect.
So the room
So we
is
need
in
to
there.
change this ale, which is good stuff, but we need to make it potent.
It's really good stuff.
Something that would give the name Black Fist Ale a pun, give it justice. What can you do?
Covers like Tim's little ears. He's like, I can put some dead rats in there. Sorry, Tim.
I still need to drink it, Zukk.
Oh, you still wanted to drink it. You just said potent.
Stronger.
I don't know. Okay, yeah, I can't do it tonight. I'm tired,
Well-
but I'll figure it out in the morning.
Thank you.
But yeah, I'll put your spell on there. Anything
Put
else you
some
want?
dead rats in there in the morning.
This is just
You know what? You guys have been paying like extra lot of attention to me in the last couple like days. Like I like it. I appreciate it all. Just because we're in Rothschild doesn't mean shit. But I mean, I love you guys too. But
Keep it up.
okay,
Doing a great job.
I will. All right.
How
What's his little?
far was the shop that I saw? The
The Hydra.
merchant.
Oh,
the
shit,
Hydra merchant guild?
Hydra.
About like a 5-minute walk.
No, probably about like to get through the cities.
Yeah.
Like the veins is a lot easier to get through. It's
Yeah.
more the main predominant shops. But you guys had to take it with Graff's expert leading. He got you through and found you guys a place to stay. What was off the beaten path, but you saw it on the vein street. So probably about anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes away from just a quick walk. Sorry, when you guys are traveling through cities, it's going to be just always ask me about time and distance because
Drunk watching the street? Nothing more suspicious.
it looks like, all right, guys, put the alarm spell here for it. And then he goes out the door.
Good night, buddy.
Night, bud. Hey, buddy. Fucking, I don't know what they want. They want something else there for the thing. Man, what's going on? I don't know. Hello, Zukk. Huh? And we're going to end it there.
You're the one that led him into the hallway.
Yeah, but we want our ale, man. We don't. We're just buttering.
Thank
up
you all
Zukk.
for watching. It's awesome. Sorry we had a 2-week hiatus, but it feels good to be back.
Yes,
Hope
it does.
You guys are enjoying. They're in a city now, Rothschild. We'll get some more information on it, hopefully, in our new little slideshow. Thanks, Ben. If you watched during our break, we have our little slideshow, the maps I made through Anchornet. Another good program. There'll be a Rothschild map up there by next week. That's a promise, guys. Because I was showing you I was playing around with it, and I literally just didn't stop playing around with it. I'm like, "Wow, this game is so good!" So we'll have our map of Rothschild. Hope I did it justice by explaining it. Yes, thank you all for watching. It'll be up on YouTube this weekend, or whenever Ben gets around it. No rush. He does a lot for us. It's awesome. We'll see what kind of trouble these guys get into next weekend. I'm letting them loose in a city with no adventurers to keep them in place, so we'll see what happens.
I already almost started a bar
I
fight
know, that's what I was
with
waiting
a
for.
Goliath.
We diffused that quickly.
But yeah,
Isn't he close to a fight?
Life short.
James my way out.
Well, you know what? Yeah.
You
Side note, not serious note, but just side note. You know, if you're ever having issues in the world, man, find your friends, find your small little village, or if not, there is numbers to call and call them up if you're having hard times in life. Just play Dungeons and Dragons. No,
True.
but
Absolutely.
no, it is. It's very healthy. I love it. It's helped me out through a lot. Just there's a lot going on in the world. Just takes a lot of energy to
Be awesome to each other. You know?
be upset, and that's right. That's what it all comes down to. Life's short. Be awesome to one another,
Enjoy
and
yourself.
we'll see you next Tuesday.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.